Wait, I'm not ready. Just kidding.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
What's up?
Welcome to the Beirdos. We got a third again. If you don't know, this is Dan from Art Vandelay, or Art Vandadan, or Dandalandalay. I don't know. I think I'm funny.
Pretty funny. What's up, guys?
This is probably going to be the most serious show that we have. So,
Oh, God.
no,
I'll be serious for you guys. You want?
That would be a shame. That would be a dang shame.
And I just want to address this first, since it was already brought up. I am not in a bathroom
or a
this
closet.
Is my wall. I'm redoing everything. This is my wall, not a bathroom.
Or a closet.
I hear flushing.
I hear dripping right now. Shake it off, man. Shake it off. Yay! Look at all the people. When we get up, I bet we get up to 100 people tonight with Dan here.
Yeah,
you're probably gonna break YouTube tonight.
We are.
You guys have high expectations.
You're like, have you seen my other shows?
I honestly couldn't tell you how many. I can't ever. I'm gonna try my best to try to follow the chat, but I can't ever pay attention to that stuff.
I try to keep up with it.
I'm going to try to focus on it. Hey, Bobby. Hello to Angie, Paul, Marcy, Larry, Keith. I don't know if Keith's yet. Robert. Got a heck of a crowd.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, Johnny's there too. Look at that. Everyone's here to see Art Vandelay.
They're here to see the Beirdos.
That's true.
They wanted to see what Nate did with his closet.
Water closet.
So what's going on?
I don't know. How do we want to start this? You want to introduce yourself? Because I'm sure everyone here knows you, but there might be some.
I don't. I guess I don't really know how to do these things. So, well, I'm Dan. I go by Art Vandelay on YouTube, and I am a reseller from Indiana, up towards Chicago area. Like that's Illinois, but towards I'm on the northwest Indiana side, and I do YouTube, and I've been doing YouTube for almost about a year and 6 or 7 months. I think 7 months, and I think that's about it for me. I don't know what else you want me to say.
What are your stats, man? How tall are you?
I'm short. I'm 5'7".
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, dude, like we're practically same height. I'm 5'8".
Yeah, when Mike was on, I heard you guys. I don't know if it was him or you guys were thinking I was like this big tall guy, and I'm like, they would be so disappointed. I'm like super short. I like Joe. I have like my shoe size. They're always making fun of me about my shoe size because it depends on the shoe, but I wear like an 8.5 to a 9. I had a pair of shoes I listed today, and I thought they were women's shoes, but then when I went to go do comps on them, like some people had them listed as men's shoes, so I didn't understand I didn't know how to tell if they're men's or women, so I asked Joe, and he told me to try them on. If they would fit, they were men's, and if they didn't, they were women's. So. They didn't fit. They were women's, I guess. But I had the same size. There were a pair of Nikes that were 8.5, and I had a pair of 8.5 Nikes. So I went and put them side by side, and mine were bigger than the other ones. So they were women's shoes. That's a good story, right?
It's a great story. And I am disappointed, just so you know.
You're disappointed in that story?
No, just how short you are.
I was like, geez, Chuck, his first story, and you're like, hey, I'm disappointed in that.
I didn't realize.
This might sound weird, but you're one of my YouTube heroes. You're one of the first people I found when I started doing YouTube.
It's so weird.
I know it probably does seem weird to you, but it's like, okay, honestly, and I don't mean to be offensive, but I thought if he can do it, I can do it. You know?
That's how I started. not that it was like the the guy that got me started was Harry Tornado, and it was just because he just was like a regular guy. Well, most of the channels I watch are just regular people. Like they just, I mean, with everyone mostly on, I mean, they're all regular people, but you know what I'm saying? It's I first found Cincinnati Picker, and then I found Shed Flips, and those guys are both like, they're just normal. They just like, oh, they can do it. Like, I mean, it's just smart. You can just tell like, oh, it's feasible to do this. So that's just, yeah. So, but that's just kind of weird.
Nothing fancy. They just kind of just show what they did and talk about it. It's like nothing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when I've really got into YouTube, I was watching Cincinnati Picker and Harry Tornado, and I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, if they can blow up, there's no reason why I can't blow up one day. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like some kind of big production. They're just showing what they're doing, and
yeah, we're even just doing it. I was scared. I always wanted to do YouTube, but I was so scared to have people like judge me because I didn't know how to do it, and I was scared of like my friends finding out I did it, or my work finding out I did it, and they would just. I worked in a poker room, and like they're like the guys in there. I mean, it's just like, I mean, everyone's always busting each other's chops all the time, and I just felt like that was just gonna happen to me. I was just gonna have everyone was just gonna pick on me all the time, and I didn't tell anyone I did it for a while. And then eventually I started telling people, and then eventually half people don't care. Like now I like, they don't even, I mean, I've talked to a buddy who he stopped watching. He was watching my videos, and then he made a comment to me recently. He texted me, and I'm like, yeah, like you didn't know I hit, like, cause he said something about like I had like 1,800 subscribers. I'm like, yeah, I hit 1,000 before. Haven't you been watching? He's like, no, I unsubscribed to you a long time ago. I stopped watching. I was like, oh, okay. Thanks, Bill.
Bobby, I just want to say Hawaii is always a state of mind of mine. So,
what'd you say?
Hawaii is always a state of mind for me.
Oh, Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii, you're already way behind.
Dude, calm down. Hi, Harry.
Jen, your pops would probably like this show. He's a cool guy, right?
I am far behind. My God.
So it would probably be fairly easy for the three of us to get together. Then we wouldn't.
You're in Wisconsin, right?
I am.
And then Nate's in Indiana.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know. Where you at in Bloomington?
Yeah, I'm in Bloomington.
I honestly don't know
You
how
want
far
my address?
No.
My address. I'm just kidding.
Well, I've never been to Bloomington. I don't know how far it is from me. Do you have any family up here towards like Chicago area?
Do I?
Yeah, do you by chance?
No, all my family's south.
I was just curious. You look just like a guy I know up here. Like one of my buddies I used to work with. You look just like him. I wanted to tell you before we came on, but I was a little late. I would show you a picture, but I don't want to put him on. I'll show you later if I remember.
Yeah, message it to me later. I have a lot of twins, and it was funny. One night, I used to work nights, and I was at work. My wife's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm at work." And she goes, "Uh-huh," and sent me a picture, which she knew it wasn't me. But the guy looked just like me in Bloomington. I'm just like, man, my mom really must have had a lot of kids or something I don't know about.
That's awesome. All right, that makes me feel better because I've been dying to ask you that. I just don't want to.
No, like I got so many lookalikes. It's weird.
We got a few lookalikes of yours in our front yard, Nate. Got the point.
What? Gnomes, Chuck.
I didn't say it. You said it.
You're disrespectful. Hi, Ella. Crispy Toys or Crispy's Toys. Papa Bear. Who else did I miss?
I don't think you missed Ella's in here. Did you say hi to Ella?
Hey, Ella. Hey, Marcy.
Hi, Ella. Jen's
hey, Jen.
in here. Hello.
I think Jen's gone already, too.
Yeah, she's having supper with her dad. I think
they'll find out soon.
dinner and the Beirdos would go well together, but
I guess we suck.
probably we'll throw a guilt trip at her.
So where, if you don't mind me asking, Dan, you don't have to tell me your town if you don't feel comfortable, but I guess I know you said you're in Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, it's Portage.
Oh yeah, I know where.
You ever heard of Portage? Like
yeah.
So kind of right around there. Well, that's the town.
And that is what? Is that like 30 minutes from Chicago, or is that?
Well, it's more like it's probably an hour. I would say it's probably an hour. I haven't, you can take the train. I take the train there and it takes like an hour and 15 minutes, but to drive it's going to be probably close to an hour depending on traffic.
Okay. I hate, I'm a huge Cub fan, and before last year I'd always go to Wrigley a few times a year.
Yeah.
And I hate that drive with a passion.
You drive straight to all the way downtown.
Yeah.
I think the South Shore. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. I take the South Shore into the city, and then I used to take when I was in my early 20s, I took the L train to Wrigley, and then when I got a little bit older, I upgraded to a cab, and then now it's Uber. I took an Uber to just so it's not so I didn't like taking the L. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on the L train? You ever been on the L train?
I have. My wife has, but I
went to I went to New York City, and I was taking the subway around everywhere, and then I came home and I was going to a Cubs game, and I went on the L train, and I forgot I was on the L train. And in the subway, it just takes off real smooth. The L train jerks back and slings forward. And I stepped on my friends and I said she's a hooker. She looked like a hooker. I stepped on a hooker's foot, and she was flipping out on me. But I didn't mean I wasn't on purpose, but she was so mad at me. But she looked like a hooker. I'm sorry. Can I say that? Sorry.
No,
I should have. All right. I said it. I'm sorry.
I'm offended.
She really did. It wasn't I know some girls dress. She really, she looked like she was going. Really, for real. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Some of my relatives are hookers, so I am offended by that.
Lady of the night. I don't know. It was later. She looked like someone I've seen in a movie before.
I won't ask what kind of movie.
Oh, I don't know, just a movie with a hooker. It would have been in a theater.
Larry wants to know how far away you are from being monetized, Dan.
Oh my god! All right, let's find out.
Now we're getting stats. See?
Oh, that's what you wanted.
Chuck lives for this.
I live for it.
All right. Can you see that? 69 away? Man. Is that 69, right? Did I do the math right on that?
Yeah.
69 hours. That's close. But I've been in and out of 100 for the last week. Chuck, you're out of focus now.
You're out of focus.
69 hours.
So you got to quit going on other people's shows and do your own, man.
I thought about that. Every week, I swear I don't do that many lives, and then I do the one every week with Joe and Mike, and then I do someone ask, and then all of a sudden, real quick, someone else will ask me too, or I ask you guys, but so then I do them, and then I was thinking I was getting so close, and I was thinking maybe I should do one tomorrow. On Friday, just get it. But I'm I did it Wednesday. I did 2 yesterday, and then I do them today. And I don't know. I don't want to do another one. No one wants to hear me talk I'll run out of stuff to say.
I don't believe you would. I really don't believe you would.
Really don't think so?
Even if you just did it live and just hung out while you're packing orders or something. People's going to tune in because you're Art Vandelay, man.
I don't know what that means.
Everybody likes you, man.
Thanks.
There, you do have a point. They are resellers, so that was a fair question.
Ooh, that's yeah. They resell and
I
resell.
don't know anything. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but I didn't want to be like I didn't want to say hookers, and then you guys think I was just being like like a pig, I guess. Like if she really like legitimately, I would have been shocked if she was doing any other kind of occupation. I'm not even meaning. I feel bad I said it because I don't. You'd have to be there, I guess. But like me and my buddies, we all agreed. And I don't run around just saying that. I guess
She might have been somebody's mother, Dan.
maybe. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
Somebody watching right now.
Angie only needs 300 hours and 80 subs.
And she'll be there so soon.
Yeah, that shouldn't be that bad.
Johnny is only 151 subs away. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's surprising.
Yeah, the big thing I did was I make all my videos so short, and I don't hardly ever do a live, and that was a bad mixture. And then I mean, you always want more views on your videos, but I mean, it just doesn't make a big mix. When I hit 500 subscribers, I did like the math in my head, like my pace I was going, and I had just hit 1,000 hours, and I just was assuming I was like, all right, at the pace I was going, I felt like by spring I should be close to 1,000 subscribers, and then I should be close to my hours. So I was like, all right, I put it off to the spring, and then that's when I went full time reselling, and then I was going to take time off on my channel, like back up and not do many videos because I spent a lot of time. I was doing a video every 3 days, so every 3 days I would spend almost the entire day working on a video, and I wouldn't do anything else, and I just couldn't afford to do that. So then I started. Then all of a sudden I got a shout out from Harry Tornado, and I doubled in subscribers overnight, and then gained another 400, I think, after like in a week. So then I went from 576 subscribers to like 1,400 in like a week with 1,000 some hours. So it really made it hard. And then I was trying to make sure I was already overwhelmed trying to start to ramp up doing more reselling. And it just hasn't been a good mixture the last 6 months. And I just never I just never could really find a time to balance coming on and just sitting here and doing a live once a week. I didn't want the pressure of trying to get a guest on every week or do whatever, So yeah. I'm not even when I hit those 69 hours, it's going to be another probably few months before I ever see any money from YouTube. So not really worried about it, but it'll be nice to hit it.
That'll be awesome. Bobby says he's 400 hours away from 5,000, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
I agree. Awesome. That's my assessment.
15,000. That's that. If you're starting off, that would be the best thing to do. Or everyone that's really close in hours, they all do the they do the lives all the time. I didn't want to do lives. I was scared enough to do a video, and then to add a live element to it, I was scared to do that too. Just like this, like I really didn't. I feel bad. I said that word hooker, but because I didn't mean it that way. But like in a video, I could just edit that. I think a lot. I think out loud. I talk while I'm thinking.
No, you're good, man.
But I don't know. So I just get I get nervous doing lives and stuff. So I just never really thought I would. I didn't really think I would. I didn't really want to do them. So I just haven't done them. And then now I don't want to just do them to do them. I'll do them every once. Like I get nervous. I was getting a stomachache before we came on because I get nervous doing lives. So I'm like, I can't imagine wanting to having to do it all the time. Like I get every Wednesday before we start when I sign on with Joe and Mike, I'm always don't want to do it because I'm scared to do it. I'm just nervous. That's how I end up rambling.
I've been trying to plan is I'm wanting to do like Saturday or Sunday morning, but I was going to do it, and then I'm like, you know what? I want to get my setup different and where I want it because I hated my room is not friendly because This is literally the only wall that's drywall. The rest of it's concrete. So, and I just want to say, my camera, since I've moved my desk over here now, is clear. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing, and that's why I'm shocked that you haven't done it yet. Which I understand, like the pressure of you start doing something regularly, and then it's like, oh crap, I cannot miss this week because I worry about stuff like that too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. It's all those people they all do a weekly show. And it's like, that's a huge commitment to do all the time, because then if you guys, you have all your viewers here right now, if you guys don't want to do a live, like you're going to, I don't know if it would be me. Most of them will understand you need to take you need to take a week off, but in my head, I'd feel disappointed that I know they would understand to take a week off, but in my head, man, I really let them down by not having my show this week. And I go through that when I don't put a video out. Like, oh, I feel so bad. Like, not that anyone, I'm like, oh, I have to watch Art Vandelay's video, but in my head, I feel guilty I didn't put a video out.
Yeah, I have a lot of pressure with getting videos out and stuff, and I'm just like, because like my work's demanding and everything, and it's just. Like this week, I've not put one out yet, and it's internally I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose everything I've built, which isn't much, but
Hey man, it's a grind, man. I wanted to do a video by tomorrow, and it just wasn't. It's not happening, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know when I'm gonna have a video out. And that's the other reason I haven't it's been slow on getting my hours is. I think the last 2 months I've put out 5 videos, so that doesn't really help when I'm not putting out each month 5 videos. When I was putting out 2 or 3 videos a week, to go to putting out 5 videos in a month, that's gonna hurt. I was just watching Johnny. I saw his Instagram post today. It was about consistency. He was talking about being consistent, and that's the way to do it. And so doing a live every week is a huge commitment.
It is like
all right, let's take the night off, guys. Let's just go.
We had a question from Marcy earlier, Dan. Do you ever go into Chicago sourcing?
Hi, listen.
I haven't yet. When I used to resell a few years ago, and I wanted to do it, and then I got out of reselling. And then when I got back into it, I was like really wanting to go source in Chicago one day, and then the pandemic hit, and then there's always I don't know, all the news all the time in Chicago is always bad. So then I never want to go there half the time when I just don't want to go there. So I haven't yet, but I've been I used to have friends who, well, I guess they're still friends, but I don't talk to them as much. They live in Illinois, and I'll see them with like a cool Blackhawk starter coat on. And I'm like, man, where'd you get that? Oh, Goodwill. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I have friends now who they'll message me to go like Illinois. It has pretty decent Goodwills. So I'm always curious to go check it out. Maybe now, like when last year everything was shut down. So there wasn't really much. I didn't want to go all the way there and then be disappointed because I can't go in anywhere. And then it was all the winter time. I haven't been out anywhere, but maybe as it starts getting nicer outside, I might travel someplace in Illinois and check it out.
We want to, Marcy and I want to get to Craigslist Hunter's shop.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if he'd let you like as another YouTuber, like video in there or not, but
I would, if you showed up, I'm sure. I know, Dapper Tiger Sam, I know he's recorded in there.
Oh, has he?
If you,
hey, Baldy,
he seems super nice. If you walked in and you just explain who you are, I'm sure he would at least give you a reason why he didn't want you to. But yeah, I think have you looked up how far you are from him?
Yeah, it's, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours, something like that.
Where is he at exactly?
He's on the west side of Chicago. I don't know.
I'm like 2.5 hours, 3 hours from him too.
For some reason, I thought he was in Indiana.
Well, practically.
No, he's not, Chuck.
He's too tall to be from Indiana.
I don't think, man.
So, who's your favorite Disney princess, Dan?
My favorite. I have an answer for you. I didn't even know you were going to ask me that. I would say, well, do you count? I'm gonna Ariel. I like Little Mermaid the best.
She's all right. She's kind of ditzy though.
I like Little Mermaid. It's probably what. Yeah, I'm gonna say that one. But
That's a good choice.
you think so?
Yeah, yeah. She's in my top.
What's up, Joe? I watched Little Mermaid the most out of all those, out of all the princess movies. It's so weird you asked me that. I saw who was I just watching? I just saw like a bunch of princesses laid out, and I was like, "Oh, Little Mermaid."
So that'd be a good gift for you then.
Yeah.
I was just getting strange, Chuck.
Why? I thought that was a good. What's your spirit animal?
Oh, I did. You know what? I worked at a job, and that they. Oh man, what was mine? We had to do it. It was part of orientation was doing a bunch of weird HR group activities, and one of them was our spirit animal. It was some kind of bird. I don't remember. It was some kind of bird, though. I know that. I was like, what? I want to say ostrich, but I don't think that's right.
I would like to know the criteria that led to ostrich.
I wish I. Yeah, no, it's all. It was all. I mean, a bunch of weird questions they ask you.
Kind of like being on here.
Yeah, it's been. Those are two questions I haven't been asked before.
See,
What about that?
We weren't worried. Are you scared now? Those were the soft pitches.
Oh, really?
I'm just kidding.
Dan, answer this.
Okay.
What's your favorite smell?
My favorite smell?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I like Thanksgiving. I like Thanksgiving turkey, like the smell of Thanksgiving in the house. And I go to my mom's house for Thanksgiving, and every year I always miss that smell. Like just throughout the day, smelling Thanksgiving. Like I don't know if that criteria works for you.
No, I know what you're saying.
It's your preference.
Yeah, whatever you want to answer, man. It's your smell.
All right.
I love it when you walk in the grocery store and you walk past where they grind the coffee. That's great. Oh, that's a good one.
What's your favorite?
How about you, Nate?
Oh,
so my daughter got me hooked on this, but our favorite smell is Menards, the lumber store. Like if you walk in, just the smell of Menards is just wonderful.
I like going. I don't know if you have Farm and Fleets where you guys are, but we have a store called Farm and Fleet, and they have a tire section. And I like walking by the new tires. I like that smell.
I'm surprised they said that because I've been the candle I constantly buy it's a candle from Meyer, but it smells like a cat it's like a cabin. It smells like wood cabin, like a burning smell, like a fire pit, and I like obsessed with it.
That is a good smell too.
So I guess I might change my answer.
No, you don't have to change for us. It's okay. You can have more than one favorite smell.
All right. So long as it's not like farts or something.
What do you smell like, Dan? Because we see you a lot and we hear you, but we don't know what you smell like.
Probably Old Spice.
I was going to say, do you have a scent that you wear?
Old, or like you like a cologne?
Or aftershave or whatever.
I haven't shaved in over a year. I just trim my face hair, my facial hair. When I cut my hair, I just take it down another level and just shave my beard with that. I haven't shaved in over a year.
It shows.
I mean, it's not even like it's not long or nothing. It's just
it should look. There's nothing wrong with it.
Huh? I tried growing it out and it got too annoying, and I used to shave it off, but then I don't have to go anywhere. I'm not shaving it all the time.
So when you shave, do you look really young?
Yeah. Some of my early videos, when I first started, I would I just kind of recorded when I recorded, And then after a while, I got tired. I got sick of looking like I was just woke up out of bed, because I probably did, and I would just start filming. So then I started shaving my beard and making sure I cut my hair all the time. So if I was filming, I wouldn't look crazy. My early video, like when I finally told people at my previous job that I told them about the channel, someone were watching and they'd be like, "Man, you look." So for reference, this is like probably January or February of 2020, and I started my channel in November of 2019. So in February, like, "Oh my God, you look so young back then." Like, "How old were you?" I'm like, "This is like 3 months ago. What are you talking about? It's like 3 months ago I was doing this." Yeah, so I look super, super young.
You've aged, Dan. YouTube's aging you, man.
Yeah, it's stressful.
So speaking of, what do you do to de-stress when you get all freaked out and you need to just get away, or how do you de-stress?
Oh, I like to stress eat.
I do that really well.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a pretty good question. I was just talking to that's weird. You guys didn't ask me any of these questions. I was just talking about some of this stuff the other day. I was talking to a buddy who that I used to work with, and I was telling him about he was like, "Why don't you just come?" They're about ready to open up the poker room back. He's like, "Just come back," and I'm like, "I don't want to. I'm not coming back." And I'm like, I can't. There's no way I would survive there, because if you're in the casino atmosphere, I mean, people are losing their money. It can be tense. And they're frustrated all the time, and they used to just like eat at me the whole night, like just some like negative energy from them. And then now, like, just to go out, because I'm like kind of at home and by myself. When I go out, I run into people constantly who just are, like, I don't, even without a pandemic, I don't want people in my personal space. Like, I just want people to I'll give them room, they give me some room. Like, I don't want people in my area. They just walk up to me and they're just always near me, and they drive me nuts, or they don't make any sense when they do stuff. They're kind of crazy. How'd you do that? But I was telling my buddy, I'm like, I can just come home. I get all stressed out when I'm out, and then when I come home, I'm just home, and I can go in my room and I just like relax for a little while, and then I'm fine. So I like to just sit out. Most of my mornings I sit out in the backyard. I just sit out there because there's no neighbors behind my house. It's a business, so I can just sit, and there's the sun's on the other side, so I got the whole day until like 1 or 2 of just shade, and it's nice and cool. So I'll sit out there all day and just relax or whatever. Like, that's cool. Listen to my thoughts in my head, I guess.
That must be a hell of a conversation. It seems like, at least when you're on a live, I mean, you're going a mile a minute up here, like switching gears.
I feel weird all the time. Yeah, I'm always talking. I'm always talking out loud.
Chuck, are you going to address this?
Am I going to what?
You see this comment? What's this about? I was trying to figure that out.
That's between me and Lissa. No,
right. I'm moving on. Hi, Cameron.
I think she's flirting with me, honestly. But
hey, Garbage Monster.
Garbage Monster. Hey, Josh. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Dance my spirit,
Well, she really is. We were talking today about how she is a lot like you in that way, where she switches gears a lot, and she's always kind of frantic and yeah. So I know what it's like to be around that. I'm gonna get punched after the show.
Yeah, might get punched during the show.
I'm pretty frantic at checkout lines. It makes me nervous. Or to be in like a crowded store, I have issues. Like one time, my wife still makes fun of me for this. We were in Goodwill, and then a Goodwill employee started coming down the aisle, and for some reason, I panicked and turned around really quick to get out to like leave, and I ran into the other rack, knocked it over.
Dang! What were you afraid of?
I don't know. I'm just a weird guy. So
that's all right. That's why I like you, man.
That's why we get along, right?
That's right. So, Dan, Pluto, is it a planet or not?
It was, and then it wasn't, right?
Yeah, I think it's been declassified. Do you think that's?
I'm gonna say it's a. I'm just gonna say it's a planet since when I was in school it was a planet. I don't know how you just take that away.
That's how I feel. I'm
Right?
going to start making up T-shirts that say Pluto is a planet. Picket signs. People have things they want to fight for, you know.
Yeah.
I just say you stand on that.
And I got one for you, and Chuck, you can answer this after him too.
Okay.
I apologize for the weirdness, but if you could shoot one condiment from your belly button the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Oh my god, that's so weird.
If you could chew one condiment from your belly button,
yeah, for the rest of your life, what would it be and why would you choose it?
I'm gonna say the. I'm gonna say the chicken, the Chick-fil-A sauce. I just been using it a ton. Well, it's not. It's like it's the Chick-fil-A sauce, but it's in like a Walmart container. You can buy it at Walmart. But I've been obsessed with like chicken nuggets for I don't know a few months now, and then that's evolved to some chicken sandwiches. But I use it on like everything. We probably got like 6 bottles of it here, so I'm gonna have to say that if I have to, like, because I can go without ketchup. I can go without mustard.
Yeah,
but I kind of need the Chick-fil-A sauce. That or mayonnaise, but mayonnaise would be kind of weird.
I suppose if it was in your belly button, that'd be pretty handy. To, you know,
just have mayonnaise.
Just
you're like sitting at a ball game and you're like, oh, forgot the mustard. Let me squeeze my stomach.
I would like to do that. I would like to go to a ball game with mustard in my belly button just so I could go, hey, make sure somebody sees you doing it.
So, what is that your answer, Chuck? What was your answer?
Oh, mine would be actually I just Aldi's. They just had a German week, and there's this beer mustard there that I've just fallen in love with. I've been putting it on everything for a week.
Beer
now.
mustard.
Yeah, it's made with beer. It's kind of a spicy mustard.
Really? Oh, I do like spicy. So I haven't been inside of Aldi. I'm gonna see if they have it. I've been ordering my groceries on Instacart and picking them up at Aldi instead of going inside. But I don't know if they have beer mustard. It's what people who the last time I almost had like a mental breakdown inside there. I was just getting,
You know,
I got here. Yeah, they like, well, so you shop there. When the line gets a little long, they open up another register and stuff.
Sometimes.
The last time I was there, they didn't do that. The line was forever. And then they had like 3 or 4 other people were walking around ordering stuff, like doing online orders. So I signed up. I had already signed up to, well, this is a repeat story. If you watch me this week, I think I've told this story twice now. But before I got into reselling, I was went back into, I was going to do Instacart. I was going to try that, and I was going to try like DoorDash. I did a couple shifts of each of them to try them out. And Instacart, I signed up for a free trial to try it out, just to see the process of when someone gave me something, to see what it was like, just to make sure I didn't mess anything up when I did it. And I forgot to cancel the membership, so I had the membership, and then I had it for a full year. And then during this year, I forgot to cancel it again, so I have it again. So I'm paid for it already. So I wasn't using it because every time I ordered something, they would never bring me the stuff I wanted if it was like a person. But I started using, when you order it and pick it up, it's 10 times easier, and then it's the employees of the store, so I get everything I want. All the times, if it was like me and I went to a store I never knew, they were just writing down that they couldn't find, they are out of something, and they weren't out of that stuff. They couldn't find it, so they just said they were out of it. So I was wasting money. Mayo, not Miracle Whip. I don't like Miracle Whip.
Agreed. You want to hear what an a-hole I am? And why I can't go to Aldi's for a while now?
Oh God,
you can't go.
I went. I couldn't find the beer mustard actually when I went last week. So this girl had just put her sign up that her lane was closed, and she's walking back. And I just said, "Excuse me, can you just point to where the beer mustard is?" So I stopped her on her way to her break, and she just told me it's in the end cap at the end of this aisle. Not a big deal. So I went and I got it. I came back, and there was nobody actually checking out at the time. There's one woman at the end of one of the aisles. So I started putting my stuff. I just about to put my stuff on there, and she goes, no, if you go down to aisle 1, I'll take care of you there. I'm like, oh, okay. So I go back out, and I went one aisle over, and I started unloading my cart, and I unloaded everything. When she looked up again, she's like, no, I said aisle 1. And then I looked up. I only went over one aisle. I was in aisle 2. And I said, oh, I'm sorry about that. I can move. She goes, no, that's fine. So she picks up her mic or her little radio, and she's like, Janine, can you come up here? You got someone waiting in your aisle. And I'm like, no, I will move. She's like, no, that's fine. So it was the girl that I'd stopped before to go on her break, had to come back up from her break, and she checked me out. And I apologized profusely, but she had to check me out. And then afterwards, she kind of threw her sign back up there and left again.
Oh my! Which one is it?
I would stay away.
Which mustard is it?
It says beer mustard on it. I don't know.
There's 3 of these. Oh wait, no, it's not. Oh, okay, yeah, it's just beer mustard.
There's a beer.
I typed in beer mustard. 3 came up, but yeah, okay, just the one that says beer mustard.
It's good.
All right, I'm gonna try it. If I remember,
Hi, never too old.
What's up, Rich?
Hey, we have a question, and Dan, I'll let you go first since you're our guest.
Oh god. All right.
But Papa Bear has a question about what other reselling channels or what other channels do you watch to help with reselling?
That's a really good question.
Oh man, I watch a ton. I watch a ton of channels. I watch a ton. I've never heard of Toy Galaxy though. I'm gonna write that one down. Go ahead.
I was just thinking, it sounds like not reseller channels though. I'm guessing Toy Galaxy helps him to learn.
Other than reselling channels, what other channels do you watch to help with reselling? That's a good question because I really don't. The other thing I'm into is sports cards. So I watch sports. Anything I don't watch reselling related, it's just stuff that interests me. I don't really watch. I've never really thought about it. That's a good point, Rich. I don't watch another YouTube channel that's not reselling. That helps me with reselling, I guess. Like I'll flip sports cards when I find them, but like it's just stuff from that I know about sports. So I'll buy cards and stuff that I feel like I can make money on. If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
I've just never thought about it. I've never thought about it. You say it doesn't. Like before I'll give myself a little pat on the back. I just before baseball season started, I bought 5 Shohei Ohtani rookie cards, their Topps Chrome rookie cards, if you know what that means. And I paid $5 a piece for them. And then Sunday night baseball opening weekend, they were playing the White Sox on ESPN, so I listed one of the cards and I sold it that night for $25. One of them. So I was pretty pumped about that. Now I got 4 free Ohtani cards that I can just hold on to.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I was pretty pumped about that.
Do you ever because you know how a milestone happens and then Topps only makes so many cards.
Oh, Topps now.
Yeah, and they only make so many cards. Do you ever buy any of those?
I bought them. So it's so weird to say. Well, after I got out of reselling, I was into sports cards, and I just as a like just for my fun, I was flipping cards to make money so I could buy cards for me, and I didn't have to use my money for it. That was around 2018, 17, whenever Ohtani came into the league, and he was like one of the biggest prospects because he's like gonna throw and he's gonna hit too. So everyone wanted his cards, and Topps now made a card of his, and I bought I think 20 of. He had a couple, and I bought 20 of each of them, and I was selling those. I've bought them. Those are the only 2 I bought. Like when the Cubs won the World Series, I didn't buy any of those. I wanted to, but then I just didn't. I didn't want to spend the money on it.
Yeah.
I wish I had, but I didn't. I have bought those.
I think it was last year, if I'm not
think I have.
mistaken. But I bought the Topps one when they came out with Mike Trout after hitting his 300th career home run.
Oh, this doesn't fall.
I think I have them in here. I have them listed.
High perfecting pearls and DC cells.
Hey,
Trying
G.
not to miss anyone.
Yeah,
If you guys want to drop your links, feel free to. So if you want to drop your guys' links to help you get some more subscribers, feel free to.
Cameron needs a wrench.
And then I got the other one.
So does DC.
That's awesome.
I mean, they're not worth. I think I've listed the set for like $12 now. They're not worth much like they were when they came out. I was selling them for like $20 a piece. I think I paid $5 for them. Honestly, I don't remember. They did good when I first got them. But those are I saved those for me, and then I listed them. I got back into messing around with sports cards a few months ago. Just on I was gonna start flipping some of that stuff as a side. This was even when reselling was my side hustle. Now it's my regular hustle. So then I was like, I need a side hustle. So I started flipping sports cards again. But I've kind of like it takes a back seat most of the time.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
Yeah, because you know how cards were fluctuating and all that fun stuff where they weren't worth anything.
Yeah.
So I had a guy. I had over 1,000 cards, which I hate that I sold them now. But at the time, they were worth really. I mean, it was more or less if you had it was more like a flea market item that I considered it. You put a bunch of cards in, your case for $1 a piece or something. I did not want to mess with that. So I sold my entire collection for $40, and now looking back on it, I'm like, I probably just gave up so much money since all the cards went through the roof in prices now.
That's what I sold off most of my cards. The way I ended up doing I messed because cards will just suck you in, and you spend a lot of money on that stuff. And then I kind of went down to I really enjoy like fantasy sports, playing fantasy sports. And then I just kind of took the aspect of that into cards, and I started doing baseball prospecting. So I was buying future players, one like Bowman Chrome autos of those, and I was trying to do research on certain players, and then buying their cards and then holding them until they hit big, and then selling them. Like I've done it a few. I mean, I've lost. I mean, you lose money. I have a lot of wasted money, but I've sold off most of the stuff that I was doing well on, and I've held the stuff that I'm losing money because they're just not going to make it. But I just holding out hope that maybe they'll be worth something because I dropped so much money into it.
Yeah.
But that's what I did too. Just to be able to kind of. It's not that I want cards. They're fun to mess with, but they can be expensive. And now they were expensive a few years ago when I was into it. And then the boom happened, and then I tried to stay away from it as long as I could. And then getting back into it, it wasn't the reason I got back into it, like trying to sell stuff was that the eBay standard shipping envelope now. That because most of my cards aren't worth that much. So I just use that where I sell them and I use this envelope to ship them in, and I can pay it ends up being 71 cents most of the time. I round up because the card inside that envelope weighs like exactly 1 ounce. And I took them up. I was nervous about doing it. So I go and I hand it to the carrier, the postal employee. And then a few of times they've given them back to me because they said that it's like 1.1 ounce with the label on it. It turns into 1.1 ounce. Yeah. So most of the time I just pay I pay 71 cents with one card. So I send it at a 2 ounce rate.
Hi, Sarcastic Storage Stacker.
What's up?
Dan, everyone says what a nice guy you are, but I want to know what really pisses you off? Like, what would send you over the edge?
Are you like, have you been like watching me all day today or something? I swear to God, I just called my mom today because I got up this morning and I had to call the vet to get my dog some medication. And it's like 8:30. They opened at 8. They told me to call back after 2. So I kind of like I was doing listing and doing stuff around the house, and then got ready, got my orders ready, was going to the post office, go to the vet to pick up the medicine, and then come home to do this. And when I picked up his medicine, it was I pay for it, and it was long. They give me one of the medicines he has to take. It's like in short demand or something, so they only give me 2 weeks at a time for it, and he's on 3 different medications, and then so every time my total's different because they keep on giving me. I have different bits and pieces of certain medications I give them, so I felt like I was paying too much. When I went outside, I looked and they gave me the wrong medicine, so I went in there. And I'm like, you gave me the wrong medicine. He's supposed to be on this. And then they're like, oh, no, that's it. It's just because there's such a shortage. This is the same thing. It's just it's something else now. Like, oh, that would have been nice if you have told. I went crazy on him. Like, not crazy. I was just like, you're just giving me stuff. I'm just supposed to give my like. No one told me. It's like completely different. He had this big pill. It was huge. And now it's like this tiny little thing. And I'm supposed to cut it in half. This other one's huge, but it's supposed to be the same thing. And it's a completely different name and everything. And I just was like, I can't believe no one would even tell me. And I'm just supposed to give this to my dog and he's just supposed to take it. Like
I don't understand why you're asking questions.
She just kept on talking to me about a pill cutter. Like, I'm like, I don't care about a pill cutter, lady. I'm like, why are you giving me stuff that I don't like? I don't. So I was mad. I was super mad because I've been since he's been a pup. Like I'm like, I take better care of him than I do myself. Like he eats all all this, everything. He doesn't eat, he wants a treat. It's nothing bad. I give him a carrot. I take way better care of him. So I was mad that they're giving him, like, how dare you just give me some random medicine to give my dog? I flipped out on him.
Would you have been less pissed off if it would have been your medicine?
Yeah, I definitely would be.
Dog,
probably.
Hi, Gina. Hi, Tanya.
That or if you mess with my mom. This lady was rude to my mom before, and I flipped out on her.
No way. That's good. That's a good son right there.
Yeah. I hold it in and then I'll burst. That's kind of how I work.
Oh, that's bad. You can't hold it in. Just
blow well, I'm not hold it. I guess more like I just don't. I think about. I just take it. Everything. Usually when I go places, I have bad customer service, and I just deal with it. I just deal with it. Like it's always the worst. It really is. I've had people cut in front of me in lines. And then the cashier sees the lady cut in front of me, and then she just helps her, and she doesn't say anything. So then I just walk up, and I'm like, "You're just gonna let her cut in front of me?" And she doesn't say anything to me. And it was at Walgreens, and I threw my stuff on the counter, and I'm like, "I'm never coming here again." And
really,
yeah. And I've only been there. I went there again because that was where that was my pharmacy, and then I ended up changing my pharmacy, and then I had to go there one other time. For there's 2 Walgreens. Oh yeah, it was for NyQuil. There's like a certain NyQuil that they had. It's like the Walgreens brand. You have to buy from the pharmacy. You have to buy it from the pharmacy. It's got something in it that it's like way better than buying like the shelf NyQuil. And they only have it at Walgreens. And there's 2 Walgreens in town here, and the other one was closed, so I had to go to that one to get it. But that's the only time. I don't ever go there anymore. That was years ago too. I don't go there.
Bastards.
Yeah.
You got a question for him, Nate?
Oh, do I ever? Okay, so if you were on death row, what would be your last meal?
Chicken nugget. No.
I was gonna ask, will they make me anything? I don't really know how last meal works.
It's your last meal, man.
I mean, they will give me
out soon.
even if they don't make it anymore. Like I miss the Taco Bell. I miss the double decker supreme tacos and the 7-layer burrito.
I think you just found a loophole to the death penalty.
Well, we can't execute him because they don't have what he wants.
Like those, I hate when they don't have those. Taco Bell got rid of everything that I like there. Like I don't ever know what to get. I've gotten the same thing years ago. I for like Lent, I gave up meat completely, and I didn't eat meat on for Lent for the entire Lent. And I was at work and I was looking for something to eat, and someone's like, "Oh, just get the 7-layer burrito from Taco Bell." I was like, "Oh, really?" So I got that, and then ever since then, that was like my favorite burrito from there. And then they got rid of it.
Yeah,
I know they brought a bunch of stuff back, but
really
some of the stuff, yeah. Like I know the cheesy Fiesta potatoes are back. I don't know what else, but
I never had that.
Oh, those are good.
Really? I might try it. I did like I like when they had like the chicken. They had the chicken. It was like chicken nuggets, but it was like they gave you like a cheese cup sauce. I like those.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
They're only limited time.
So, we had a question from Tina. I don't know if anyone answered her yet, but she said, "Can you use any envelope for eBay?" I don't use envelopes, so I'm not for sure on that.
You're supposed to be able to use the just like a regular like plain white envelope. You could use that, but I was watching. I'm finicky about how I want to receive something. So I'm weird when I send stuff out, and these are fine for. I guess they use them for the lower stuff, but I ended up watching Pittsburgh with Anthony, and he was talking about like this. It's kind of like a cardboard, and eBay makes when you're in the eBay store, they make a card just like this that is like the right dimensions that they tell you to use, and you can use your store coupon to buy it. But when I started doing it, I didn't have my coupon, and I found these. They're just an off-brand. It's a 6x8 envelope. And 50 of them cost $12.50, 59 cents. And they're a lot sturdier. And I've gotten nothing but I was surprised I got positive feedback on these. But everyone I've sold has been positive feedback with these.
I need to invest in those because I sell a lot of postcards and I'm sending them first class.
Are you?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll let you. I mean, that will work for first class, but I don't think you can do the standard envelope with that. I don't think it'll allow you to print it up.
Okay.
And it's really cool. It prints out on the Dymo, and it looks you just have to put it the long way, and it's just like a regular thing. But I don't think that option, because it's cards, you'd have to sell the postcards. They'd have to let you put them into the sports card category, and then it would have to be under $20, and then it gives you that option. Like when I list a card that's over $20, that option's not even there. So unless you find a way to break the rules there, Nate, it's not happening.
I don't like breaking the rules.
Yeah.
It makes me too nervous because I don't want to screw up anything.
Those cards I sell them on my other eBay account, and I've gotten the lady at the post office. Half the time they don't ever scan them in for tracking. Like I don't know what's actually going to happen if someone says they don't get it, because sometimes. I'm sorry. I keep on I'm talking too much. I get winded. I'll get my mouth's dry, and I'm talking way too much. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
man.
I have a drink, but the worst thing is I'm drinking pop. I need to drink water while I'm talking. Talking way too much.
The greatest thing I've heard all day.
But
oh my
God. Jimmy, Old School Flips, made a video talking about it. And it's been happening to me. Like my shipping is at 86% on that account, because half the time they're not scanning any of my cards. But luckily I decided to keep them separated, because I didn't want to have that. I didn't want to have the headache of of mixing up the money because with the money I make from cards, it's stuff that I want to do with my cards. Like if I want to buy a card for myself, that's that. I don't want to have to put it into my business. And so I wanted to keep it separate, but I got lucky in that part that it would have just destroyed me trying because I have a top rated status on my main account. It would have just destroyed that.
And that's one thing that I'm like, I've always felt pressure on is keeping my top rated status too. So I'm just like, I'm overly nice to the rudest customers, and it's just.
I just had because I've been selling a lot more on Facebook Marketplace, and I was telling my brother I'm so much more nicer to people on eBay than I am on some. Not that I'm mean, but I just get I don't know if you guys just been getting people like bombarding you with. They just have reasons why they need something cheaper, and they give you this like sob story.
Yes.
Marcy gets that a lot.
And I'm like, I'm trying to make a buck or two here, and I mean, they just constantly like bombarding me with like wanting stuff. But yesterday on Macari, this lady wants me to sell her this thing. She wants to sell me a video game, and I should sell it to her for this amount because the last two have sold for that amount. And when I look them up, it was like. I was on a brand new copy of a game, and she's looking up used copies, and they're charging shipping on top, and I have free shipping, and I'm supposed to just give her it for this because and then she was wanting to argue with me about it, and then on other sites, he wants me to pay for the shipping because he has to pay sales tax, and so they've just been bombarding me. And this lady, I posted this thing on Facebook, and it was a Avon porcelain doll. And she wanted me to. I'm asking $25 plus shipping, and her comment was, "Will you take 15?" And I assumed she wants it $15 shipped, and I'm like, you know what? I just posted this. I'm not gonna mess with her. I don't want to take it. So then it was less than. It was almost. It wasn't even a full day. It was maybe 12 hours. And I was debating on how do I want to say anything? Should I say anything? And then she just was like, "Oh, I forget that I asked for 15. I'll just pay the price you feel you want." And I honestly I don't block people, and I wanted to block her, but I saw she had actually bought it before I was like to make it like.
Hi, Misha.
I didn't want her to buy it because I feel like now she's gonna be a headache for me. Like she's gonna complain. But I ended up shipping it out today. And I threw a thank you card in there, and it was sending to Washington, and it cost me $15 to ship the thing. So I only charged $10. I charged a flat fee of $10 to ship it. So it wasn't bad. I got the doll free from my aunt, so I got that $25 plus the $10 for shipping, but it cost me an extra $5 to ship it. And I tried using. I tried looking up UPS or FedEx with Ship Hippo. Have you ever used that site?
Never.
No, I've
never used it.
I've only heard about it, so I was like, "Oh, let me check it out. Maybe I can get it for around that." Because once I saw Washington, I'm like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get hosed on this thing. I know it's gonna be a lot of money." And it kept when I was trying to load up Ship Hippo, it wouldn't give me a price, and I was just wanted to make sure I got it out and didn't mess with it, so I just paid the extra $5. I didn't have anything through it, so
yeah.
Sorry.
No, I get messages. So on eBay, I'm overly nice to customers. On Facebook, don't mess with me. So I can get pretty mean towards people. The only bad rating I have is my friendliness on Facebook.
So they gave you a bad rating for being too friendly?
No, for not being friendly.
Oh, really?
He was overly friendly, if you know what I mean.
They've because I'm brutally honest to people, and I don't take people's crap on Facebook, so I have a poor rating on my friendly list, but everything else is top notch. I would never do that on eBay just because they have the whole raider status, and I'm so obsessed about keeping that. But Facebook, I'm just like, I'll fight with you if you want me to.
Yeah. Well, On do you sell a Macari? I don't think you do. Do you? I don't.
I have an account in Macari. I have a few things listed. I have never sold one damn thing on Macari.
One of my first transactions on there, I had a bunch of PS2 games. I sold a lot to somebody, and it might have been 10 games. It's 10 or at least 10 games, maybe a few less. And I shipped them out to the guy, and then you can't see the rating that they give you. Then you have to rate them. And but when he got the stuff, he messaged me and was like, "Hey, one of the games didn't work." And I'm like, "Really?" And I tested it, and I was like, "Man, I'm sorry." And then I'm like, I felt bad, and I had some games I hadn't listed. I'm like, "Well, which?" I'm like, "You wanna? I'll give you another game." And so I sent him another game, and he had before that he had rated me and just had then he messaged me and told me one of the games didn't work, but I couldn't see his rating, and I sent him another game free and gave him that game. And then I didn't know what would happen, so I left. I didn't accept the rating yet until he got the other game and everything was good. Then I saw, then he gave me 3 stars because he said, one of the games it would have been nice if you had tested them. So I was like, man, I wish I wouldn't have sent you a free game, man. Like you still gave me a bad rating. Like, why did you reach out to me then? So,
and that's one thing I try to get people to do. I'm like, if you have an issue, just reach out to me. Like, I'll fix it. Like, let's just leave the ratings out of this.
I had someone who do I have the game up here? I think I put it away. They gave me positive feedback on eBay. And it was positive, but they gave me a negative comment in there. And then being the people pleaser I am, I responded. It was like they never received the game. And I'm like, why are you giving me positive feedback? Like, you didn't even reach out to me that you didn't get the game, and the game had showed delivered. So they messaged me. Then they messaged me, and then I didn't answer them because I'm like, well, you figure it out. Open a case then. You figure it out. And then they kept on like, I didn't receive the game. And it was like 3 weeks later, I get a package in my mailbox, and it was the game. It got returned to sender to me. So then I messaged them. I was like, well, okay, you should have like reached out to me if you didn't get the game instead of like trying to. They were attempting to give me negative feedback, but accidentally gave me positive feedback. And then they blocked them. So then they wanted the game. They're like, so, like, how do I get the game? I'm like, you don't get the game. Like, you don't. And I just refunded them. I was like, whatever. I'm not going to mess with you guys anymore.
Oh my gosh, Janet, I just realized I'm behind on your videos. Sorry. Sorry, I had a moment there. So, Dan, you got any guilty pleasures, things that you like TV shows or foods that you aren't really proud of, but you like them?
TV shows. I mean, I get made. I just finished rewatching the entire series of Friends, and I was getting made fun of the whole most of the time I was doing that.
I won't make fun of you, Dan.
You will or you won't?
I won't.
I really like that show, right? Do you like it?
I don't know. I used to watch it with my mom back in the day, but I've not watched it since.
I got the entire series on Blu-ray for Christmas, and I started putting that on for. I go through spurts where I go into I'll come in and watch a live, and then I come in. I'm gonna list, but I want to listen to the live, and then I start chatting, and then I stop working and I start chatting, and then I feel I'm like I gotta get some work done, and then I was trying to just like listen, but then I would get in listening to the conversation going on. So then I started putting on. I was like, oh, I'm gonna start watching TV shows while I list or do my stuff because I've already seen all the episodes, so I've seen them a few times, so most of that stuff I can quote already, and I already know what's going on, so I can just work and kind of listen at the same time. So I was doing that, and then now I just started last week. I guess a guilty pleasure would be wrestling. I like watching professional wrestling. But
you watched WrestleMania the other night, didn't you?
Yeah, it sucked. I had to get Peacock TV, and then watch. I should say it's not really much of a guilty pleasure anymore because I used to watch it all the time, but basically now I watch like the big pay-per-views. But yeah, it was horrible. But now I have Peacock for I can't remember if I signed up for a 7-day trial or the entire month. But I've started rewatching The Office, so that's what I'm gonna do right now is watch The Office while I do some listing. That's a lot more work.
Literally, all my brother watches is The Office.
That's all I would watch all the time. And then when I started getting into YouTube, like I mean, so I've been doing my own channel for about a year and a half. And then I was probably watching 6 months of YouTube before I started a channel. Yeah, because it's right around probably May of 19 is when I started watching YouTube videos, and that's all I would watch was reselling videos for almost 2 years. That's all I watch. I go through spurts where I'll watch a little bit. Like in the wintertime, I was watching a lot of 48 hours, first 48. But I was just the paranoia of being murdered was just overwhelming. I had to stop. I couldn't take it anymore.
Did you really have a paranoia of being?
Yeah, all the time. I locked myself in my room at night, and one night, the last night I really started was watching it. I questioned these. It was a big snowstorm, and there's these footprints through my yard, and I did not know how they got there. So the entire night I was just scared to death watching First 48, looking at these footprints in my front yard. And then in the morning when I went outside, it was bunny tracks from a bunny hopping. And so then I just stopped watching First 48 now. And I think it's when I watched How I Met Your Mother after that to just like balance out.
I'm sorry to laugh at you.
That's okay. That's just my life.
So you had a question from Papa Bear.
Papa Bear.
Roman Reigns' pin.
Oh, do I think it was legal or legit? Oh, when he did they talk about that on Monday night when he threw who did he throw? He threw Edge. It was like a double. Ooh, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that. Man. Roman Reigns threw another guy on top of I can't remember if it was Edge on top of who did he wrestle? I don't even remember now. They threw him on top of each other and then he pinned them both. I think it was real because they did that back in the day. Someone else, one of the big, like a big husky guy did that before. I've seen him pin two people, so it was legit. But I'm curious. I should have watched Raw the next night. I wonder if they must have talked about that. Have I met Ted? Is that for me?
How many tattoos do you have?
None.
Zero?
Scared of tattoos.
Why are you scared of tattoos?
I should have guessed.
What's the reason
needle.
behind that?
The needle. I didn't want to get. I've thought about getting a tattoo. I just don't. I don't know what I want.
All it feels like is someone scratching a sunburn. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds uncomfortable.
I don't know where I would get a tattoo and what I would want a tattoo of.
Art Vandelay on your arm, on your bicep.
On my bicep.
Right. Then when you're at the beach, you can say, "Hey, ladies, you know who this guy is?" Bam.
Oh, God.
Do you have any tattoos, Chuck?
No, I do not.
Oh, well, you're so shocked about me not having a tattoo. You don't even have a tattoo?
Well, you're more of a badass than I am.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a chat fight with Lissa.
How do I block Chuck? Let me
Can't be done. Whose live was I on the other night? They kept blocking someone, and somehow they kept coming back, and like even the person whose channel it was blocked them, and they still came back. It was
really
they had magic powers.
Oh, they didn't like unblock. Do they time them out? I think you get timed out, right? Where they're actually blocking them.
I don't know what they did, but they would come right back. So it's not like even the time thing wasn't happening.
Oh.
I don't know if they had a bunch of accounts with the same name. Can you do that? I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, there's about 1 billion Art Vandalays if you look it up.
I'm not the only one with tattoos in the chat. Everyone just keeps popping up saying no tats for me. No tats for me.
I wouldn't be able to decide something that I wanted on my body forever.
Yeah, that's how.
And then
I think at one point I was gonna get a Goonies tattoo. I thought about it, like the Goonies, like Goonies never die.
That'd be cool.
Goonies never say die. Is that?
Yeah.
If I had the tattoo, I could tell you what it was gonna say, but like something like that. I just never done it. I don't know.
If you decide to get one, I'll go with you.
All right.
Nice.
I'm a true rebel.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's so many people that don't have them.
Yeah, I thought everyone had them except me.
I literally just went for my consultation yesterday for my next one. So.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you gonna get?
Back road bitter.
Chuck, you ruined the surprise.
Around the small of your back.
No, my next one is going to be a old, basically crumbling Victorian house with like 3 or 4 ravens on top of it. Watch, like basically the guardians of it. It looks really cool. I got a picture. He's not gonna. He never does. I tell him to always put his own artistic spin on everything because I don't want just a copy.
See, Mark, that's exactly what I'm afraid of, Mark. Something I think is really cool. I get a tattoo, and then a few years later, I'd be like, I'm just not into that anymore. You know?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's going to be my next one.
So, did you find that online or like?
Yeah, I found that online.
Oh, okay.
And then he always does whatever I find. He always does his own twist on it and everything. He doesn't like people bringing in him tattoos. He'll do them and then just be like, "This is exactly what I want." So,
I wouldn't want to. If I ever got a tattoo, I wouldn't want to tell them. This is exactly what I want. I felt like it would put pressure on me to be exactly like that.
Ma Powell has 5 tats.
Wow.
Poor Lissa.
Where are you gonna get it at, Nate?
I'm actually going to finish the back part of my arm.
Oh.
To cover this up, and then he's going to fill in this part, and then my next one will finish off my sleeve on my right arm.
What's going on your bicep?
Right here?
No, the top part. Right there.
Well.
Oh, you got something there. What is that?
So this. Sorry, this. I'm trying to work with my camera.
Is that your favorite Disney princess?
Yeah.
That's Alice in Wonderland.
So this one up here is
I can't see
my wife. I know it's hard to
make yourself bigger.
Try to flex.
Yeah. I always forget I can do that. See you guys.
No, make your bicep bigger. That's what
we're. So this one, I don't know if you guys can see it better now.
Yeah.
But the one up top here is me and my wife's spirit dancing in a graveyard.
I thought you were gonna say spirit animal.
And then the one below that one are tortured souls trying to pull us back down. And then, yeah, that's it. And then this one is a skull with just a tree and a skull. This is my wife and myself looking over my daughter down here swinging. So.
That's a little spooky.
I'm into dark stuff, Chuck.
That's true. You are. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Whatever, Chuck.
I thought it was happening. There's a random car was pulling into my driveway.
Nice knowing you, Dan.
They're back at
Dan was talking about murder, and then a random car just shows up.
People always turn around and when you come down my street, there's another house before me that you can like turn around in their driveway. There's 2 other houses, but they always turn around in my house. It's really weird.
Probably looks safer.
You think so?
Less bunnies around your house.
Well, yeah, because Oscar chases him out of the yard.
Marcy says, "Get the baby gates up." So no tattoos yet. Wait till the three of us get together in Chicago. We'll all get matching tattoos.
Dan has that uneasy look on his face, like, yeah, I'm just
serious.
I don't know if I want to have matching tattoos.
Have a good night, Tina.
Come on, it'd be cool. Be like Tat Brothers. What's the best prank you ever pulled, Dan?
Man, I'm right there too. I got the story for it. So, do you watch The Office? Do you watch The Office?
Yeah,
it's a mean prank. It's a mean prank. But have you watch The Office?
Yeah, I'm very.
Do you remember? I was a huge Office fan. Like the second it came out, it's the first when they fake fired someone. Remember when Michael fake fired somebody?
Vaguely.
The only reason I know what you're talking about because my brother has shown me like every funny clip from that. So
Michael fake fires someone as a joke. I'm gonna say it's Ron. I think it was Ryan, and then he did Pam. I think. I just started watching. I just started rewatching it, but I was working at. I used to work I was a store manager at a Blockbuster, and I had a buddy. Not a buddy. Well, a guy who worked for me. He was he's a stand-up comedian now, or he was. I don't know how he's doing anymore, but his buddy was coming home over Christmas break and wanted to. He needed a job just for the Christmas time, so I hired him. And then we were talking about The Office I was talking with him about The Office, and I was like, man, I got a good prank. I'm like, I'm gonna I can't remember the guy's name, but I'm like, I'm gonna fake fire him. And so I took him into the back, and I brought in another employee, and Michael does this in the show. I didn't bring his buddy in. I brought in another employee who had no idea what I was gonna do. And I talked to him, and I was like, "Hey, man," I'm like, you're talking to one of the girls at work here, and that you made her feel uncomfortable, and we just can't have that around here. So I'm gonna have to let you go." And I fake fired him, and he was leaving, and it was stupid, but it was fun. It was funny. It was so funny. It was stupid. I mean, it sounds really stupid, but it was funny. It actually worked. I don't really do many pranks, and it was a good one.
Did he cry?
He was just upset. Because he was only there for Christmas vacation, so he was only going to be there for a month anyway. I mean, he was only there for a month, but he was kind of upset. I mean, it wasn't it's only working as a I think at the time it may be making $9 an hour. Working at Blockbuster. I mean, it wasn't like he was getting missing out on ton. He didn't get fired, but you could see some disappointment in his face.
You are an
Janet's not amused.
It's just weird how you have all these questions. It's like you live in my brain.
That scares me more than you, Dan.
I mean, Dan, seriously though, I had to get a restraining order on him, so he does that. He spies on you and everything.
Yeah, that wasn't a bunny, Dan. I just run fast.
The guy when after it was funny afterwards to the guy. It was funny because his buddy, when his buddy found out he's on it. I mean, you have to. I mean, it sounds I shouldn't even told. See, there you go. I shouldn't have been on the live. I tell you guys that mean story, but I mean, I was probably 22 at the time. It was funny. I thought it was funny.
We all do things.
Now I'd probably be arrested. You'd probably get arrested for stuff like that, right?
Oh, you probably could.
I bet you would. There'd be no way you'd have me do that now. It was a different time back then.
Back in the 90s?
Well, it was 05, probably 06.
I keep forgetting how young you are. You're just
maybe not even that. It was maybe I wasn't in 22 then. How old was it then? No, it could have been. I was probably 24. It was probably mid-20s. Because I think that show started in 05. Awkward
like
silence.
how Dana goes awkward silence. So what's your favorite stuff to source?
Let me feel bad. Ask me what it's a prank. I literally don't do any pranks. That was a pretty good prank, I thought.
Mistakes were made. What makes you laugh, Dan? Like, what's the funniest movie you ever saw? Your favorite? You need tearing up. You want to watch a funny movie? What's the number one choice?
I'm gonna cough in a second. Hold on 1 second.
That wasn't a cough. Nobody's cough.
I was laughing, and then I took a sip of my pop, and then I went down the wrong pipe. My funniest movie.
Be right back, guys. 1 second. Oh God.
He's gonna use the toilet there.
I have tons of funny movies I like. God, I haven't seen. I mean, you finally stumped me.
Stumped? How can you be stumped? I thought that'd be an easy softball.
Because I have like a tons of. I'm looking at right now a Funko Pop of Office Space. Probably Office Space. You ever seen that?
I love that movie.
Yeah, that I think of that, and I think of. I haven't seen it forever. Joe Dirt. I was just talking about that about a week ago. I really like that movie. Or Horrible Bosses 2 is another one of my favorites. I really love that one.
Joe Dirt. That's like they just had. I saw it advertised. It's 20 or 25 years old now.
Is it really?
Yeah. It has
wow.
an anniversary this year.
I mean, I love watching comedy movies. Comedy movies are my favorite. So I have like, I don't know, anytime I play, it's like an episode of Seinfeld or even like The Office. Whatever episode's on, it's like, that's my favorite episode. So like kind of whatever movie I'm watching that's a comedy, it's almost like my favorite movie. So I'd probably say but I'm looking, Office Space is probably one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, probably that one. I'd have to say that.
You went a little Rain Man there for a second. Yeah.
Because I'm looking at. I have a Peter Gibbons Office Space Funko Pop. I was looking at it.
That is a good one. And if anyone that's worked in an office setting, like that whole movie is practically a documentary.
Yeah,
that's what it's like. Did you put the cover sheet on those TPS reports?
Oh, that's it. I was watching that all the time when I worked at Blockbuster, and it was we were doing labor usage reports, and my boss would call me and was like, "Hey, have you checked out your labor usage report today? It's, or hey, I didn't get the labor usage report. Could you fax that over to me? Have you checked it out today? Your labor usage was really, really high last week or whatever." It was so it was like that. That's how my boss was.
Hi, Big Nugget.
Hey, Big Nugget. 18 National Lampoons.
So it looked like you had another question. What's the most disturbing movie you've ever seen?
My most disturbing movie. The first thing that comes to my head is Stir of Echoes. If you ever, with Kevin Bacon. You ever seen that?
I don't remember what it was, but I know I've seen it.
I am terrible with most titles, so
that one came out. I haven't seen that in forever. I want to watch that now. I haven't seen it. That one, or because I was thinking Sixth Sense, which I don't know. I mean, I don't really think most people might not think those are disturbing, but they're just like crazy when they came out. And Stir of Echoes is almost the same. Was it almost the same thing? It came out the same time as Sixth Sense, and Sixth Sense like pretty much blew everyone out of the water on like movie things. So it kind of got lost in there. I don't know. I haven't seen it in so long that I don't know if it's almost the same story, but it was pretty crazy. But one of those two, I would say. I don't know if that helps.
You're like questioning your answer when you can. I mean, you can answer anything.
Well, because I don't know how I don't know how if anyone thinks it's disturbing. I just thought those are really weird movies.
The most disturbing movie I've ever seen, and nothing disturbs me, but Human Centipede was terrible.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I don't think I can watch that.
Don't watch it.
I only watch mostly comedies, and then I do like dramas. I honestly don't watch that many movies anymore. When I quit working at Blockbuster, I just kind of fell out of watching movies, and I started watching more TV series. And then here and there I'll get in these kicks where I'll watch movies, but I don't know. I don't watch I feel like the movies are all the same now. They just remake the same movies.
Yeah, that's very true. What were they talking? Oh, Jacob's Ladder. I don't remember what live I was watching today, but they mentioned the movie Jacob's Ladder. It's not super disturbing, but it really gets your mind going and thinking. At the end of it, you're kind of like, oh my God. You think about that one for like 2 days afterwards.
I'll write it down. I might watch it. I never heard of it. I've heard of it. I never seen it.
It's interesting. Very interesting.
I just watched that documentary, The Last Blockbuster on Netflix a couple days ago. 2 days ago?
That.
Huh?
I've heard a lot of hype about it. Is it good?
I liked it a lot, and I'm waiting for someone else to watch it. That I worked at Blockbuster, and it was literally like working at like a lot of stuff they were talking about I like related to because I worked there. So it was just kind of, I was curious if anyone else will like it. Just I really liked it because I worked there for like 6 years, so I just kind of curious. And then some of the stuff how they hyped it up of working there, it wasn't always the same. Like get free movies or whatever. That wasn't always the case. So it had drawbacks. D, your son made you watch the Blockbuster one or one of those disturbing movies? Yeah, it's about the one in Bend, the last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon. And I looked up when I was cleaning out my last year when the pandemic started, they had I started cleaning out like my bedroom, and I was going through boxes in the garage and stuff, and I found some Blockbuster stuff, and I was like, man, I wish I would have had like more of this stuff, because I was like looking it up. I'm like, I could have been making a killing selling Blockbuster stuff.
Oh, I bet now.
I just don't have the heart to list some of the stuff. I have old uniforms. I have some like envelopes, some like membership cards that I have old merchandise, like stuff that they sent, like free stuff that they like, movie buttons and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how much all that stuff's worth, but man, I wish I would have had some of that stuff. I closed down when they started closing the stores. I was still working for them, and then I would go around closing the stores down, like moving, like getting rid of all the inventory and stuff and shipping it off to other places. And so they would offer me a bunch of stuff in my hallway. I have John Belushi from one of the cutouts from there. And that was the only one I took. They offered me all kinds of, they offered me the big Blockbuster ticket, and I didn't. I'm like, I don't want that. I wish I would have had it now. I would have sold that sucker.
Oh, dude, you probably would have been retired somewhere on the beach now.
I was thinking, I'm like, man, if I would have had that, I could have, because I used to have I got into, when I very first started reselling, I was reselling my stuff, and I used to have a huge movie collection. That's what I started with, selling my movie, like where I keep I have a closet in my room that I keep like stuff. All my inventory is mostly outside, but I keep stuff inside that I want to have like temperature controlled, or like stuff that I don't want to get messed up out there. I keep it in here, and it's in a closet, and that used to just be, the closet was just full of all my movies, and I got, I sold them all. But I was like, man, it'd been so cool to have that stuff. I could have just like made this room into a Blockbuster. Like if I had the signs and stuff, that would have been so sweet. I saw TikToks where people made like video stores out of their.
I was gonna say, I saw a TikTok where someone did that. It looked a little crowded for my taste, but
yeah,
the concept, what they were trying to do, was really cool.
Yeah.
Really. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chuck. No, I was just going to make a comment that when, what was it? Was it Netflix that started the whole renting videos through the mail?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they were the first.
When all that started going down, I'm like, there's no way people are going to quit going to video stores. And now it's like you just select, a movie you want to watch on TV or whatever.
When I worked for Blockbuster, I was actually when I was working at Blockbuster before DVDs came out. Like DVDs had just come out, and we weren't a corporate Blockbuster, so we were a franchise, which basically we were kind of like a mom and pop shop that we didn't have very many DVDs. So then I got a DVD player. And, everyone wanted to watch DVDs, but we hardly had any DVDs. So then I was working at Blockbuster and I was renting movies from Netflix so I could watch movies because I wanted to see what DVDs are like. And then I was scared that they weren't going to DVDs weren't going to make it, or some of my movies weren't going to make it onto DVD that I wanted. So then I was just buying all these VHS tapes, just had to have VHS tapes. So I just had a plethora of VHS tapes everywhere all the time. I was just collecting them all the time. And, but it was weird. But then I could see people that would, I'm like, I started getting nervous, and then I would get magazines, and in the magazines I saw Redbox. I'm sure you've used Redbox by now.
Oh yeah.
At the time we didn't have Redbox around us. But I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm like, there's no way. As much as I wanted to stay working there, I'm like, there's no way this is ever going to survive. I just can't remember. I can't imagine not going to a video store. What's up, Evan? You guys watch Evan. I always see Evan around. You have to watch Evan if you guys don't already.
He has great videos.
I love his videos. I love him. I love his videos. I probably make him uncomfortable every time he comes in anywhere. They're awesome. He sells.
I gave you a wrench, Evan.
Stuff, and his videos are awesome.
Yeah, it's not just he's got great editing.
Yeah,
it's cool tricks, but it's not just editing.
The stuff he sells is amazing. I was watching the other day, and it's because he does his top 10 every Tuesday, and it goes usually 10's whatever, not that much, and then the other day it's just boom, $75, $100, $200, blah blah blah. What the heck, man? I didn't have that many over $50 sales last month.
That's the last nice thing we'll say about him, though. That's it.
Yeah. And the one time I got into it. Did you guys? He asked me if I could be in his intro one time, so I was in an intro one time. It was so awesome.
On one of Evan's videos?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, just the first 2 seconds. Someone rang the doorbell. And I think it was his wife. Said check the Ring camera. So he checked the Ring camera. It was me, on the end of my intro when I'm looking through the camera.
Oh,
there's me doing that, and he's like, "Oh, it's just some creepy guy from Amazon." I was dying.
Dan, do you ever go out of town to source?
How far out of town? I went to Monday. I got my first vaccination shot, and I went about a half hour from here. A few weeks ago, I drove. It was almost an hour to. I picked up some stuff from high bid. I did a high bid auction. I won 3 items, and while I was out there, I went to a Goodwill out there and sourced out there. They had some really good stuff. When it starts getting nicer, I'm going to start making trips around. I'm trying to figure out how I want to sort stuff. When I was, I don't understand how I did stuff when I was working and then doing just kind of reselling on the side. I would go out and source all the time, and then I probably didn't list barely anything ever. I would buy 15 items or something and come home and list the 3 or 4 that were actually worth money that I didn't have to do anything to list them. and then the rest of the stuff would just get tossed around. And then, I would probably, it's the stuff I've been listing now that I should have been listing then. I spent more time buying stuff, but I've really tried to not go out and source every day, but it's because it was wintertime. Now it's nicer. I don't know. Like last year I was struggling to find a lot of garage sales. I was driving around a lot of time, wasting a lot of Fridays and Saturdays, not really understanding what I'm looking for yet. And I was coming home with barely anything to list, or I'd go out sourcing all day and then I'd be tired and wouldn't feel like listing. So then I kind of got into the habit of, I go to the bins a lot, and I go to the bins maybe one time a week, and then I spend the rest of the time just making sure I'm listing stuff. Like I have, I would grab it, but I have a high bid stuff that I was supposed to work on today, and I haven't. I was working on other stuff when I went to a Goodwill on Monday, and I was trying to get the rest of that stuff up clean. I was shoes, and I was cleaning the shoes the other day, and I haven't finished listing them yet. But I have a box from high bid. Tomorrow's going to be 2 weeks or something. I think 2 weeks since I've had it, and I still haven't even listed it. I haven't listed it all. I've listed some of it, but I think it'll start selling. Hopefully, the other stuff that from that stuff has already been selling from the other lots I bought. Did I answer that question?
I believe you did.
I'm sorry.
You did.
Ramble, man.
I just love it. Like, did I answer
I still feel bad about my prank. Ooh, my Enemin fell. I still feel bad about my prank. I feel bad. If I didn't tell that prank
we did lose 15 viewers during that story. So I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Dan's like, oh my god.
I do. If I should have just said I didn't have a prank, because it was. I mean, it's the same thing as I don't know. I mean, I could have done a lot worse stuff.
I don't think any less of you, Dan.
I guess I could have told you because I used to prank call people.
Oh, I did that as a kid quite a bit.
There's a bar in town. It's called He Ain't. Well, it's not in my town. It's the town next over. It's called He Ain't Here, and we just call there and be like, "Where the hell's he at?" And then, that's not even. Is that even a prank call? I don't even know if that's a prank call.
I believe that qualifies. Oh my gosh.
But I was thinking about just if I don't go out and go, spend the morning driving around all these Goodwills every time, I'm going to save on gas and miles on my car. If I just pick one day and just instead of just constantly going out, like during the summer and stuff, I'll go to my Goodwill once or twice. I mean, at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. But it's right here. But like the rest of it, and I was doing that all the time. But going there and spending $20 every day is not something I really want to do. Unless it's like home runs, like questionable stuff. But we'll see. I was gonna go to the bin, I think Tuesday, but I wasn't. I was still. I don't bore you too much with getting my vaccination shot, but I was super tired after I got it. So Tuesday I was like just tired and I didn't feel like doing it. And then Wednesday I was still tired and I did the live with Joe and Mike, and I was going to go before the show, and then I just wasn't motivated to get going. And then today I was going to go, but I had stuff to list and I had pictures. So I knew I was going to be on here tonight, and I'm like, if I go out sourcing, I'm going to come home and watch, TV, YouTube, and I won't probably list. So I ended up listing instead, and I was selling the stuff I was listing today, so I was happy with that. And then tomorrow I was like, all right, I'll go Friday. But I wanted to try. I went last Friday to the bins, and it was super packed, and it's never been that packed on Friday. I felt like a lot of times it's like the same people at the bins when I'm there.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're most of them are probably resellers, but it seems like on Fridays when I was going, they must like sell at flea markets or something because it's never busy. But it was super packed last Friday, so I was going to try a different day. But now I've been getting a lot of inventory from my aunt, and she called me yesterday to go pick. She's going to give me some more stuff, so I'm going to go there tomorrow, get some free stuff instead of paying for stuff.
Oh, she gives it to you for free?
Yeah, she gave me. I've been selling whatever she gives, she'll just give me like she just like whatever you want. She's gonna donate the stuff, and she's like whatever you want, you can have. If you don't want it, you have to donate it. Or she's like, take what you want, and the rest of it, I'll donate. So I just take it all, and then I just look through it. And whatever I don't want, she has a place where she wants to donate it. So I just take it there. Whatever I don't want. Yeah, my grandmother, she's in a assisted living home now, and she's had her stuff for a while, and she started just kind of clearing out stuff, and she didn't want to get rid of it, and so she'll keep stuff for a while, and she's like, all right, I'm ready to get rid of this, or I don't want this anymore. But my grandmother sold Avon for a while, and she gave me a couple of these. I took them because my aunt really didn't want to have them anymore. There were these huge boxes, and they had these porcelain like award. It's Mrs. Albi award, President's Award trophy. I'm not 100% sure what they get them for selling from Avon. But I took them just because she didn't want them. So I told her the last time I was there, I was like, I was surprised that those Avon dolls, they took a little while to sell, but they were selling for good money, like $25. And I bought my grandmother, she gets her hair done every week. So I bought her a couple gift certificates to get her hair done. And then she's like, oh, they sold here. I have more. I'm like, oh, you got more? So I had like 6 more. And I've sold 4 of them so far. It's been they're crazy. I can't believe how much people actually want those things. I always hear how Avon no one ever wants anything Avon.
No.
I've had success with some Avon, but I've also had a lot of, for lack of a better term, turds that I've bought that have Avon on it, and it's just like, why did I even mess?
You bought one of the colognes that are like shaped like a car.
Oh yeah.
I bought one of those last year with a high bid. I was like, oh, this has to be worth money. And I instantly just redonated it.
So when I was a kid and I'd get a soda from a fast food place, I'd drink my soda and then I'd chew the ice and make a lot of noise and piss my brothers off. So my one brother told me that chewing ice cubes caused cancer. And I believed it for several years. Like, I really believe that if I wouldn't even put ice cubes in my mouth because I was afraid I'd get cancer from it.
You're being serious?
I'm being very serious. So then I was afraid to have drinks with ice cubes in it. So I was going to have a question. It's like, is there any stupid thing you believed like that when you were a kid, Dan? That
well, it was I have. I mean, I don't even know where to start on some of the stuff I have. Well, were you in the live the one week I was talking about how I thought the deep end of a pool had a shark in the drain pipe?
Yes, I did hear that.
Like, I mean, that's just like the tip of the iceberg on stuff that I'm scared of. I thought you were gonna, because I have heard that ice cubes they're not good for you to chew, not because they cause cancer, just like it's not good for your teeth.
Probably not.
I don't know. All kinds. I mean, I'll just say that one. I mean, I don't even know where to start. And most of my stuff, the stuff that I'm scared of or afraid of or thinks. I mean, it's just weird. The stuff I worry about. I guess. Like, I'm still worried about that prank I told. I feel bad. Or I called that lady a lady of the night.
I just want to say, when you did, I mean, before you told the story, we had 30-some people. Now we have 18. And it's all become that story.
Where'd they all go? This is for real from that?
No, I'm just joking.
We all know what a nice guy you are, Dan. And Mrs. Albies are great.
I was going to say, if that was the last, I mean, if that's the worst thing you've done or pranked, then you're a saint, man. In my eyes.
They're great. Look closely at the selling award pins. They tend to be. Oh, really?
I don't know what she's talking about. Is that an Avon thing?
It's the Mrs. Albi. It's like that's what I was talking about. It's called Mrs. Albi. It's like a porcelain doll or a statue. It's called like the President's Award.
I gotcha.
I didn't know what they're like. I just heard that people didn't really do stuff with Avon, and then they were sitting here for like over a week, and I I didn't list them yet. I had a week. It was Easter weekend, and I just had a pile of stuff in here. My aunt had called me. She gave me all this stuff. I took it all. I brought it all in here, and then I went to the bins. And then I get weird. This room's not. I don't know how big this room is, but it's not that big. And I was just freaking out because I felt closed in here. So I just hunkered down and I was just listing. And then I had this big box of those things, and I was like, yeah, those will eventually sell, but they're not like exciting. I wanted to list something exciting that's going to sell. And I went and went and bought some other stuff and listed that stuff. And finally was like, I got to get this box out of here because it messes up. I don't have a great system going in here. Like I'm sitting on a shelf with, it's got my shipping supplies underneath it. And I got some stuff I can keep stuff over here. But like this is a community room. It's not really just my room. Like my listing area is my shipping area. So it's all shelves. So it's, it's uncomfortable to try to, I'm moving around.
Sorry.
That's fine. But it's like, I'm looking at it now, but it's uncomfortable to have that stuff sitting around here when I'm trying to do, shipping for the weekend when I had a ton of boxes and stuff going in and I'm bringing more stuff in here. It became a mess. So I had to get through it. And so I finally got through it and that stuff was just selling like as fast as I could list it. It was selling. It was crazy.
It's always exciting to have those items because I know you've talked about how you call your stuff junk or whatever. And I feel like I have a lot of stuff that a lot of people would probably consider junk. And it's just like, I have like good stuff that sells as soon as I list it. And then I got that stuff that just takes forever, it seems like, or I have to, say a special prayer, stand on one foot and make a special discount to get anyone to buy it. Hi, Miss Taffy.
Yeah. When I started, I went through the mindset of quantity over quality. And so I was just buying all kinds of stuff. So I would source on, I sourced on eBay. I bought like audiobooks. And then I would get all the audiobooks and I would separate them by like author or genre. But then it came to the point where I didn't know what genre this was. Oh wow, you guys are all moving around.
Sorry. I don't mean to keep distracting you. I'm done.
But I started listing them like singles because I didn't know, like I would list them together. And then someone would want one audiobook from it. Then I was like, I didn't want to go through that all the time. So I was like, I'm just going to list these all. I have 80 cents a piece into them. I was listing them, whatever, a couple dollars here or there. And now I just like, man, I just really need to like lot them together and try to get them out of here. Because it's been it's over a year now, year plus that I've had some of these stupid DVD or stupid audiobooks in there. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have bought. And I've gone through spurts where I don't go source. I go look at what I have and I either put it in a donate box or I'm going to list it to get it out of here because I've spent money on it. And it makes it for when I do some of I was telling you about Flippy McFlipperson's his sales the other day, like his video. Like it makes some of my videos just dreadful because it's like, oh, I sold this for $3. I sold this but I'll take a board game and I parted it out, because I spent $1.49 on it and I see the pieces will sell. And once I sell everything from it, and it's surprising some of that stuff will sell. It's not like the greatest thing to do, but it makes me work. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say there's nothing wrong selling junk because like Bear Hardcore Picker said junk has paid their bills, and I know my junk has paid my bills. Like the thing is, when you say your junk, it makes me feel good because I'm like, I thought I was the only one selling stuff, lower
that's why I watch a lot of Commonwealth Picker Flipper, Kevin, right?
Yeah,
because that's this because he says the same thing. Because it's not like their most attractive thing to sell stuff that's so small, but that money just the big picture is like, all right, this like 50 cents I put into this thing right here, I'm gonna like a board. Okay, I'll give you a good example. I bought a bag of Simpsons chess pieces, and one day I didn't feel like working, but I set a mind in I have a goal every day of a dollar amount I'm gonna list, and one day I didn't feel like working. But I had these chess pieces. I'm like, I don't have the board, nothing. All I have are these pieces. So I sat down and I split them up. I made a multi-quantity listing for each character and listed them. I paid $2.99 for the entire bag of all the. I don't know how many pieces come in a chess piece, a set, but I made a multi-quantity listings for all these. And after I sell everything, I'm gonna make close to like $90 on that like $2 investment or $3 investment. I mean, it's gonna take time, but I've sold. I've sold a couple of the big pieces for $4 or $5. I mean, it's gonna multiply. Like big picture, it's all gonna add up, and then it's gonna be able to have money for like what if I come across something big. I guess I don't like if that makes any sense.
No, it does. You're like, I don't even know if that makes sense.
You
I don't
finished.
even know what I'm saying half the time.
Do you on Lissa's note? Have you ever had an item that's been returned multiple times?
The same item that's been returned multiple times?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I haven't. I mean, I'll probably get one now. I feel like my returns come in spurts. Like I'll get a few in a row. I just had one the other day it was a pair of jeans, and it was just because they said they didn't fit. But most of the time I haven't had. I hardly haven't had that many returns. I had a return on Macari, which I don't even know how it works. I honestly, because Macari, once you rate someone, you have 3 days to rate someone, and then it's theirs. So like no return on it. This lady rated me, and then she just sent the thing back to me, and I don't even know what she did. She just didn't want it anymore, and I didn't know what to do. I don't know what to do, so I just resold it. It was a alarm clock. The alarm clock sucked. It was hard to use. I used it for a while, and it was just annoying to set. So I'm assuming that's why she did it. But no, I haven't had multiple returns.
I had a cursed Thomas a Train toy car that was returned 3 different times, and on the third time it came back, I smashed it. Like I literally took it out back with a baseball bat and smashed it. I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore.
I've had a few people. I had a few things. It depends on the vibe I get from someone. I just refunded them, and I don't even take. I sold a Guitar Hero guitar, and I tested it. It was for the Xbox. I tested it. It worked, but I don't know how to play the game. But it turned on. It worked for me.
Yeah.
But when they opened a return, and they was like the blue button didn't work, and I'm like, I didn't want to spend I bought the guitar at the bins, and so I had my bins is $1.29 a pound. So I have roughly $3, under $3 into this thing. And I just was like, I don't want to spend $13 to ship this back to me. I'm like, just throw it away, I guess. But I had someone who started crap with me because they were trying to drop ship a season 5, whatever, disc 3 of Felicity. They were trying to drop ship it to somebody else. And then they messaged me. I sent the item out, and then they messaged me from another DVD, not on the sales thing. And I didn't see that until after I shipped out the item, that they wanted me to send it to a different address. So they started all kinds of crap with me. So I sent it to them, and I made them send it back to me just out of spitefulness. But it just kind of depends on my mood. Like I messed up the other day. I found these camera batteries at the bins, and I've been selling them off, and I sent this guy the wrong one. It was like he needed DLS F1, and I sent him like DLS 01 or 01. And I was like, dang, and it was going to Canada, and he bought it through the global shipping program. So instead of having them return it, I just refunded them, and I sent them the right one. And I just told him I'm just praying he doesn't give me any crap, but I gave him all his money back. So I'm not a total jerk.
There's like some returns I have where if I don't have hardly anything in it, I'm just like, throw it away, keep it. If you're scamming me, then I'll deal with it. But
yeah,
we've done that too. And that reminds me, did you guys see Flippin' Funky's latest video?
No.
Nissa?
No.
Her and her husband actually took some dead inventory out in their yard and shot it with shotguns. It was awesome. Best video I saw this week, I think.
Welcome back, Jen.
What's up, Jen?
Well, all right.
Yeah, Alyssa, just smash it. Like if you have a cursed item, I suggest to everyone just smash it.
That's the other thing about not having stuff that's too. I mean, it's not like worth a ton.
Exactly.
I'll just like whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that comes from part of it comes from when I was working at Blockbuster, someone would fight. I mean, you get in a fight about late fees, and they were like, cool. If they didn't like jump down my throat about it, like right off the bat, I would be like, oh, okay, cool, and I just take them off for them. And then there'd be the people who would just like instantly, I don't know, just be super degrading to me. I would like fight it I would watch like surveillance tapes to see like their DVDs or something. I'm coming off as a jerk. I'm very petty, I guess.
And but we just lost 10 more. I'm just kidding.
I mean, if you're nice to me, I'll let you scam me. Is I guess what I'm saying.
I mean, you can usually tell the vibe on if someone is or one of those people that are just going to cause you problems, and it's like, well, I'm just going to make sure they disappear, and I'm not even going to mess with the return or whatever.
Like the lady with that thing I sent her today. The way her tone, and I could be reading it all wrong. I got a bad vibe from it. So then I gave her like a thank you card in her package and everything, just to if she is ready to like be mean to me about it, that thank you card's not going to work. But if she, I mean, if you know what I'm saying, but
no, like here's my thing. Like I have people that will reach out if they do have a problem, and a lot of times, just as resellers, it's out of our hands because I mean, once we give it to the post office, you don't know what happens to that package.
Yeah,
and a lot of times they'll come out and they'll have an attitude, and they're like, "Oh my god, what can I do to help you? Like, I'd love to do this or whatever." And they're just like, you can tell their mood changes in their next message where they're like, "Oh, he's not gonna fight me." like no, like I don't want you to leave me negative review. Look what you started, Chuck.
Did you see the Truffle Shuffle last week, Dan?
Yeah, that's why. Then you guys were talking about taking our shirts off.
Oh, that's right. You guys in?
No.
I know Nate would.
It would take a lot. There was a. Well, I don't know. Do I really want to tell you guys this story?
Well, you've already started, so.
All right, I'll tell you. I had a thing that a few years ago. I was joking around with my buddy every day, and I'm constantly trying to eat better or whatever. And I was making sure before I went to work every day I ate an apple every day. And so every day at 12:35 I would eat an apple. And then I started sending him a video of me eating an apple every day at 12:35. And then like every day randomly I would it was when I started doing my YouTube channel. I was figuring out how to do iMovie and trying to learn how to edit and stuff. So I would put music on, and I would put music in the background and eating an apple. And then like one day randomly, I just sent him me eating an apple without my shirt on. And then it was like hilarious because like no one had ever expected. And then like he was like showing people at work and like, why is your shirt off? So I constantly think about that because I I was thinking about. I'm like, I wonder if I could do that on like TikTok. It's just like every day randomly me making a video of me eating an apple. I just came up every day to do something different about eating an apple.
That's hilarious.
I don't even know why we're talking about that, but
Yeah, where did that come from?
I don't know. I hadn't embarrassed myself enough tonight.
That's what we're all about: being weird, embarrassing ourselves. So, any supernatural things that you're into, Dan? Ghosts, Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster, unicorns. Nate.
Not really. No, not really. I don't think I'm into that kind of stuff. I never really pay attention to it, I guess.
UFOs.
No, I used to think Neverland was real, like Peter Pan. But
what's your favorite food? Jen's asking what everyone's favorite food is. That's not besides pizza. She said.
I was gonna say I have to usually say pizza, but I like sandwiches. I really like sandwiches, like some kind of sandwich. I don't know, all kinds of sandwiches. Is that okay? Or do you like a specific sandwich?
That's not acceptable.
I love how Alyssa says Dan's a little creepy weird with fruit.
Why can't it be pizza? Pizza's a good food.
Yeah, I was gonna say pizza. Pizza's pretty good.
Cheese.
Bar burger's pretty good.
Big Brother's talking Wisconsin talk now. Cheese for his favorite food. I'm assuming. Bar burger. I'm with Marcy. I could eat a greasy bar burger any day with lots of cheese.
Different moods. Because I've been really been into chicken nuggets, but I really like sandwiches. I've been making an egg sandwich every morning for I don't know how many weeks now.
Really?
Yeah.
You like routine, eh?
Yeah. You'd be surprised the way my head like spins around all the time, but I usually try to it's safer to stick with the same stuff constantly.
That's hilarious, Alyssa.
No, I don't know who that is. Josh. Grub.
Scallops? I haven't had scallops in forever. I do like barbecue. I was on Keith's channel yesterday. And then afterwards we were talking about some barbecue because I heard him when he was on your guys' channel. He was talking about barbecue, and that's what you said. You had a catering business, right, Nate? Did you barbecue?
Yeah, I used to have a barbecue business.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I was into before I got into. I get obsessed with stuff. So probably the year before I started doing reselling, I got into reselling to pay off my debt. I was trying to get out. I was when I was like 38. By the time I hit 40, I wanted to be completely debt free. I didn't want to have debt. Not that I had like crazy amount of debt, but I was, buying stuff, spending money, and I built up some credit card debt and stuff. And I just didn't want to have that. I wanted to be able to do what I wanted to do. Like I didn't want to have bills over the top of me. So before that, I was trying to learn barbecue. So I bought a smoker. Where I worked, we earned points for like just customer service and hitting goals and stuff. And the last thing I got there, I got a master built 30-inch electric smoker, and I was obsessed with learning it. So on my weekend, that's all I did all weekend. On my weekends was trying to do barbecue, like learning how to barbecue, and I was just really into that. And between that and grilling and stuff, I was just like obsessed with it. And then when I started doing reselling, that kind of just took a back seat, and I haven't really messed with it since then.
Yeah.
I sometimes feel like you should have been a chef or something, Dan. It seems like you're kind of into cooking.
I love to cook. I love it. It's just like I just enjoy it. It's so much fun. not that I do anything crazy, not crazy stuff. I actually went and looked into culinary school when I was younger, but at the time you had to go where I was living. Like I had when I got out of school, when I got out of high school and was looking into what I wanted to do, I started working at Blockbuster and then kind of like moved up the chain there, I guess. And then I was 20 years old and I became a store manager. And as a 20-year-old living at home, I was making $40,000 a year salary plus a bonus every month. And I was making good money and it was hard to quit that. And then I was at the time, I was early 20s and I was going to, concerts every week. I live right by like an hour from Tinley Park. They have huge concerts in Chicago all the time. And I was obsessed with like making sure I saw everyone I ever wanted to see in concert before. I didn't want to be old and not miss a concert of someone. So I was spending a lot of money doing that stuff. And then I was kind of looking into what I wanted to do, but I had built up like this life. I'm saying like I was like making hand over fist of money, but I mean it's $40,000 a year for living at home was really good money. And I was like looking into culinary school, but it was expensive to do that, and I was going to have to travel to the city all the time to do it, and it wasn't feasible to do that and work at the same time. And it just became like a side thing. I just really liked doing it. And then I kind of niched down, I guess, I really got into barbecuing just because I'm just like so quirky and weird. It's like grilling and barbecuing. It's like, it feels like I don't know how to fix anything, but like, I don't know. Like, I guess to get my man card, I felt like a man to like be able to go put on a steak and grill it, I guess.
Yeah.
I would sound like such a jerk, but I really liked it. I did that. But like my favorite thing to make is I make these Asian steak tacos with like a Oriental slaw, and I don't know, it's really good. It's like my favorite thing to make. But I was obsessed with watching like the Food Network and watching all those fancy chefs and the cooking, like the masters, like Gordon Ramsay. Like I love watching all that kind of stuff.
I went to culinary school my first year of college.
Really?
Yeah, the first week, because I wanted to be a chef.
Yeah.
And the first week I was there, I was yelled at by the instructor, the head chef, because my presentation sucked, and he goes, he wouldn't even feed this to his dog.
So would you go to Gordon Ramsay school?
Right. No, it was called Sullivan University down in Louisville.
Oh,
Louisville, Kentucky. So I decided, I went to my counselor there and I go, what job could I have in the restaurant industry that would be over the chefs? And she goes, are you talking about like restaurant management? And I'm like, would I be in charge of the chefs? And she goes, well, yeah. And I'm like, that's what I want to change my degree to. So then I studied to become basically a restaurant manager instead of a chef, because I wanted to fire a guy like him. I'm like, so yeah.
You guys have Ivy Tech down there?
Yeah.
So later on, Ivy Tech has like a culinary school, and I mean, even to when I was telling you guys before, I was talking about like my MacBook. I went to school to do. I started doing some stuff with computers I was trying to learn a skill, because I just wasn't. It wasn't that I hated working at the casino. It just didn't seem like I wanted to do it, and I didn't want to. I couldn't imagine doing it for another 30, 20, 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to learn a skill to get a job. And I was like, until they had culinary there, and I still was looking into it then. I was like, man, I would really like to do it. And then again, it was some of those, like, to do that, the commitment you have to make to the classes, you can't always do it depending on what you're doing for your job. Like, so it still wasn't feasible then. But yeah, it became a hobby. I just really like to do it. What's up, Emily?
Hi, Emily.
Well, hello, Emily. Kids? Who are you calling kids? 3 times your age.
Joseph's in the house too now.
What's up, Joseph?
Hey, Joseph. Welcome. We whenever we talk about moving someplace warmer, which we talk about for about 6 months every year, I always say we got to go somewhere that's famous for barbecue. I don't care if it's in Texas or if it's Kansas City or wherever, someplace that has good barbecue. That's where we got to go.
Where do you guys have barbecue places by you?
Sure, there's places where you can get it, but I want to go where it's like legendary. I mean, you can get Philly cheesesteak anywhere too, but is it really a Philly cheesesteak?
Yeah, we have a pretty decent. There's a couple like good smoke places here. There's a place where it's called Wagner's Ribs. They have pretty good ribs here. I can make better ribs though. I feel every time I go there to have them, I'm like I can make ribs just as good as these. Now, I'm not saying my ribs are good, but I'm like. But then there's another one that has good wings and good burnt. I like their burnt ends. Not that I have anything to compare to, I guess, but yeah, I guess I know what you mean. Where have you thought about moving?
Thank you.
I don't know. Everywhere. I've thought about moving everywhere.
No. Where do you like? Do you say where? I know you're in Wisconsin, but whereabouts?
Southwest part of Wisconsin.
I don't even know. Are you by Appleton?
No, other coast. Wisconsin. Appleton's closer to the.
Like how far? Well, are you by Green Bay?
No. No.
Milwaukee.
What? No. Those are all on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast.
Okay.
I've
only been to Milwaukee, and I just knew somebody there.
You know where Dubuque, Iowa is? We're like 30 minutes from there.
Oh. I used to live in Austin, Minnesota.
Austin, Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is.
It's like the headquarters for like Hormel.
That's where they used to have that peeping Tom, and they found all those really small footprints.
Really?
No, I'm making fun of you, man. No, I don't know where. I don't know where Austin is.
Chuck, I thought you were serious.
You did?
Yes, I'm like peeping Tom with small footprints. I was confused.
My jokes don't always hit. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. So, where is Austin, like in relation to the Twin Cities?
It's like I think 30 minutes south. Because I used to go. I'm a big. I was a big Timberwolves fan. That's like my basketball team. We used to go there. I think it's like 35, 40 minutes from south of the Twin Cities.
Oh,
I used to be able to go there and watch it. I go there on a school night to watch an NBA game.
You rebel. Spam is made there too. Oh yeah, Hormel's.
Yeah, Hormel. Yeah.
I love Spam.
Everyone at school went there. Like a lot of their parents worked for Hormel.
I almost got mugged in Minnesota. What was it? 2 years ago now when I was on a work trip there.
Really?
Yeah.
I got mugged in Chicago.
Oh, you actually got mugged?
Well, I think I got mugged. I'm pretty sure.
How do you think you got mugged though?
I went to a concert at the Chicago Theater. They have this I like country music, and they had a I got a ticket to this country acoustic set at the Chicago Theater, and it was like super hard to get a ticket for. I was trying to get 2 tickets. I could only get one, and I wasn't going to go because I'm like, I don't want to go to the city by myself. But I went anyway because I was going to go see if you watch country music or listen to country music. It was Lady Antebellum, Darius Rucker, Sam Hunt were like the main people, and it was like Christina, God, what's her name? I feel stupid. I'm not going to know her name, but she wasn't a huge star then, but she became a star. They had like the huge acts, and then they had a couple really good acts. It was like MTV storytelling. It was like they would play a song, and then they would talk about the song. And it was an event they put on it was around Veterans Day, and it was an event this radio station put on for the veterans. Like some of the proceeds went to veterans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I went there, and then when I was leaving, I took the train there. when I went down to the train, these two guys walk up to me, and I had money. When I go places and I need cash, I keep cash in like all different pockets, so they're not all in the same pocket. And I had stopped and bought a hot dog for dinner there before the show. So I had one pocket had a $20 bill, and then one pocket had like a 10 and some change or whatever from my dinner. And this guy was like, they like pinned me into a corner. They're like, "Hey man, I'm trying to get on the South Shore train. I need to go here. I need to go here. I need to go here. Give me some. You got money? Got money or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I like pull out. I was like, I couldn't remember what pocket I was in, so I was like, "Just please be my 10. Please be my 10. I don't want to give this guy $20."
Yeah.
So I pulled out like the 13 or whatever dollars I had, and I gave him the 10, and then he's like, give me 11. And it was only, he was supposedly getting on the same train as me. And I'm like, it's only like $8, man. You don't need more. And he just like took it from me, and I just took off running. I think that's mugged. I'm not sure though.
That sounds like a qualified.
We'll count it.
So it took a while before I told my mom that. So I came home and I was telling my brother, and he's like, "I'm pretty sure you got mugged." And then I told my mom. I told my mom later, so she didn't worry about me. It wasn't even a good hot dog. I was late there getting there. There was something happened on the train because I was gonna go there and go to like a cool place for dinner. And I ended up I was starving. I had waited all day because I was gonna go have a nice dinner, and then I ended up eating it. I don't even know because it's been so long since I've been there now. It's just this random. They have like a Burger King, and they have a hot dog stand inside there. Just got a hot dog. I got flashed in New York City. That's awesome. I went to New York City, and I was with my mother, and we were sightseeing, and we were going to go to the Yankees game. So they play in the Bronx, and just my perception of how big stuff is. I was like, "Mom, we're in the Bronx. We're going to go see the Yankees. Let's just go to the Bronx Zoo beforehand." She's like, "All right." So we like take the subway. We're going to the zoo, and I don't think we ever got into the zoo because we're like going to be late for the baseball game. And just kind of, was it a free day? Something. We barely got in. I got to see like a couple of the some animals, and when we were leaving, we're like, "All right, we're gonna walk to the Yankee Stadium," and we're walking. We don't know where we're at. We started. It's by the zoo. All of a sudden, we are walking, and there's like all these like apartment buildings or houses and stuff. They're all boarded up, and we have no idea where we're at. And then there's like, we're on a highway, and then these kids like start coming after us, like walking towards us. Like I've seen coming after me, like I don't think they were attacking me, but I don't know if they were. So we end up running, and we like got back to we found like some cops, and we asked them like, how far to get to the how far is it to walk to Yankee Stadium? They're like, "Well, like, where's your car at?" I'm like, "Oh, we walked here." Like, "You walked here?" So they stopped traffic to get us a cab, and they told us they told the cab driver, "Take us to the Yankee Stadium and not let us get to anywhere else." And they asked us where we were from. We told them Indiana, and they just like rolled their eyes at us. I don't know if that story made any sense to anyone. Sorry.
Oh, it did.
You're always so apologetic at the end.
I know.
What'd you say?
You're always like apologizing at the end of your stories.
I just like talking, and then I'm like, I have no idea because I'm so excited to tell you about it, and then I don't know where I'm at in the story, and I tell you.
As long as you end it at some point, just say the end.
Yeah, I'll just quit, but I might not even told the whole thing right, but Jim runs a lot. I attempt to.
Keith accused you of flashing my wife.
No. I would tell you. So I went to New York City. So you've been there then, Chuck? Yeah, or did Marcy go without you?
No, I've never been.
Oh, okay. I went there. I wanted to go there. It was after 9/11. I went there like 6 months after it happened, and I was used to be like, I was a huge David Letterman fan. I like loved watching David Letterman, and while I was going there, like I planned on going there. Like I was obsessed with learning, like just going to New York City. I would sit there and I would look at. I had this is. I didn't have a computer yet. Like I didn't have the internet. I had the internet, but back then we had to dial up AOL. So if I got on the internet, we didn't have like a separate line. I could only be on the internet for certain times of the day, so we could get phone calls at the house. And so I bought like New York for Dummies, so I could like read about New York City and go there. But when I was going there, I wanted to see David Letterman. And while I was there, I was like, I had to see David Letterman. So I sent away for tickets to go, and I never heard back from him. And it was like a couple days before I think it was a couple days before I was supposed to leave for there. I was leaving for work, and this is back when we had answering machines. And this phone call comes through, and there was the David Letterman show. To get a ticket to go see David Letterman, you had to answer a question to get on to that. They would send you a ticket. I don't know what happened if you got the answer wrong. They'd still give you if it was just a test. But I heard them. They're like, "This is so and so from David Letterman show. We're calling to get." And I raced inside to answer. I hurried up and got on the phone so I could answer, hopefully, my question right. And they asked me the question, and I got it right, and I got 2 tickets to see David Letterman. If that makes any sense.
Awesome.
Who was the guest?
The time I saw it was John McEnroe and Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy. Did I say her name right?
Yeah.
I was obsessed with her, so that was awesome. She was on there. And the question they asked me was, who was the first guest ever on David Letterman show? Do you guys know?
Bill Murray.
Yep.
I was like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, because I was a huge Bill Murray fan too. So like they asked me that, it was like a layup.
Nice.
And I met Bill Murray at a Cubs game.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. I love it.
I was supposed to go to if you're familiar with Chicago, the Metro. I think it was the Metro. I was supposed to go there to see a concert, and it was Sunday Night Baseball, and there's so much traffic. Me and my buddies, we decided, whatever, we're not gonna make it to the concert. We're just gonna walk up to the window and buy tickets to the Cubs game. So we got standing room seats only. They're playing the Braves, and I'm standing there, and I look up, and I see Bill Murray walk by, and I'm like, it's freaking Bill Murray up there. So we stood there the entire night, and I watched that door like a hawk to meet him. And me and my buddy at the time. So I'm working at Blockbuster, and I was watching Groundhog Day every day I worked. I was putting that on and watching it. I like loved Groundhog Day. And
wait a minute, that right there is weird to watch Groundhog Day every day.
Yeah, wait to the story. The story gets worse.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, because it gets absolutely worse. So that's the point. Like. So I was watching them. I'm like, I gotta meet Bill Murray, man. I have to meet. I'm like Stripes. Like I have to meet Bill Murray. But he's got like his like security around him or whatever. And me and my buddy are screaming like Bill, Bill, Bill. And they're holding us back. And he's like, let him through. And he's like, I'm like, Bill, man, I absolutely love you, man. I watch Groundhog Day every day. And he's like, oh, I bet you it feels like every day. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh my God, why did I say that to? But I literally was watching it every day. And he has like really soft hands. He has like super soft hands. That's the biggest hand.
Did you ask him what he uses?
No.
Moisturized?
It was so. My hands are all like chappy, and his hands are so soft.
Oh my God!
I don't know why I found that hilarious.
That was awesome.
My favorite Bill Murray story, and I don't know if it really happened or if it's just a legend, but supposedly he walked into a Burger King, sat down next to some guy, ate some of his fries, looked him right in the eye, and said, "No one's ever going to believe you." I got up and left.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That's a great story.
Yeah, no, I hope it's true.
I'm going to try that.
I've seen the same story, and I've wondered if it's really true.
Yeah.
I bet you it is. I could see him doing that.
I could see him doing it. It sounds like a Bill Murray thing, but
That would be like the best. It would be better if like if Nate Wynn did that. He'd just be some creepy weird guy. No one's ever gonna believe you.
So I won't mention names, but my previous employer, there was someone that worked there, and she was an interesting character. And she went up to my buddy while he was eating his fries and goes, "Ew, French fries like that," and reached in and grabbed a bunch and ate them. And just walked away. Like she did stuff like that. And he was just like looking around like, did that just happen? Like he ended up throwing his food away because he was disgusted. But it was just like, what is wrong with people?
That's like the you guys watching Practical Jokers?
Yes.
When they do like they have to take the French fry and they have to like dip it in someone's food. I was always weirded out if they tried to do that to me.
That's where I think they always screw up. Is they always hesitate too much. It's like just go freaking grab it, do it quick, and walk away before they have time to react. You know.
You go try that, Chuck.
Easy. That's easier said than done, Chuck.
I don't know. All right, the three of us will get together and do this shit.
You can't do that stuff anymore.
Why not?
After COVID season,
it's like a felony now, Chuck.
I'll go we'll grab their French fries and dip it into the mustard that's in our belly.
Cool. It's cool. We're filming it. You're like, that's even weirder.
Keith, I should really try that because that would really weird people out. Since I don't eat with my hands, just go stick a fork in their food and walk away.
Are you eat your French fries with a fork?
I eat everything with a fork.
Oh yeah, you're like George Costanza. Eat your candy bar with a fork?
I will not eat with my hands. Like
you eat a Snicker bar with a fork and a knife?
No, when I was still eating candy, I would eat it. I mean, with the wrapper. I mean,
okay. No candy.
I don't have to touch.
You're I heard you're vegetarian.
Yeah, and I'm diabetic, so I
candy.
I made poor life decisions. Well,
that was a little bit of a bummer down there, man.
I know I'm gonna end the show now, so
you're like, oh, dude, shut up, man.
Now I'm just going to go cry myself to sleep and wallow in my disappointment. So that's cool. But for real, before we go, do you got anything coming up you want to talk about, or any lives are going to be on? Any videos you're going to be dropping?
I don't know about my videos. I need to come up with a better schedule for my videos because I don't have any. I wanted to have a video out tomorrow, but that's never happening. So I haven't filmed it. I started filming the other day, and I was so tired. I couldn't do it. I'm like, I can't film. So I put my camera down, and then
hi, Cali Reseller.
What's up, Luis? I'm doing I do the live every Wednesday on Joe's channel with Mike and Joe, and then next Thursday I'm on Yaakov Ben's channel. You know, Jake. He's doing like he's doing a listing hangout from like 9 p.m. till 4 o'clock in the morning or something, and I'm scheduled at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm supposed to do that, or I'm gonna do that. But Joe and Mike were making fun of me because they say I won't stay up that late.
Yeah.
So I threatened about getting up and doing a live. I might randomly pop up and do a live on my channel late sometime this weekend just to practice. But that's all I got going on right now. Just gonna I don't know, do some more listing and hopefully make some more sales. But really appreciate you guys having me on. It was fun.
Would love to have you on.
It was a blast, man. So next week, remember? Oh, sorry, Chuck. Go ahead.
Don't ever talk over me.
I know. I'm embarrassed. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying we loved having you on.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good to talk to you guys face to face.
Yeah, I know. Other than because I only talked, I think I've only talked to you in chats.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, both. Yeah. Who you guys have on next week?
Amber from Out Country Sales.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, as long as her husband doesn't break something between now and then.
Have you guys had has Joe reached out to you guys yet? Philly Picker?
He hasn't reached out to us, but
man,
I don't know. He sent me a pretty mean message, so I don't know. It was weird.
Because I told him when you guys when Mike was on, you guys mentioned that you're like, hey, if you ever want to come on. So I like instantly I messaged you guys and I told him, and Joe's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I keep on, I'm like, Joe, you got to do it. So if I don't know if he's probably not listening, but in case he is, I just want to make sure I give him a little needle there.
Well, we got to get the trifecta. We got to get the last of the Wednesday.
Once Joe's on the show, I'll probably end the show. So I'll be like, you know what? We got the trifecta. I'm done.
Yep. Drop the mic. We're out.
But remember, everyone, next week we will be on Chuck's channel. So I'm sure everyone's subscribed here. Make sure you subscribe to Dan as well. And Dan, once again, thanks again. It was fun.
Yeah,
everyone have a good night.
Bye all.
Bye.
It's still on.